10,000 watts full throttle, baby, ready to blow. We passing poker out to Jupiter, we got your attention. You can tune in anywhere, but listen at your discretion. To the legend, Mr. Hochman can't stop him, each other deuce. My brother got his own hot burger at Tucker Deuce. Now my rush more of these sports, spitting the truth. It's Channing Crowder, greatest Dolphins, who rock the 52. Solana one best of Miami, the voice of FIU. We reppin' to Miami, the Heat and the Panthers too. We reppin' for the Marlins, the Dolphins, that's how we do. We reppin' for the Crips, so it's always about the you. Hey Jimmy, please get a Pell on the phone and tell him that it's on. I finally got his name on the song. Can't do it wrong, cause it sounds so sweet. You spit the facts while I keep the crowd on their feet. Football season be the reason that I be bringing this heat. Georgia music representing 104.3. Hey,
Hey.
welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show.
Getting closer to draft day. It's happening. It is happening. We're going to talk some NFL draft today. Ben Volin from the Boston Globe is going to join us. Play a little talk about it Tuesday this afternoon. We'll get to another draft story. Believe today O.J. McDuffy is on the docket for NFL draft day stories. So
Good one.
have a lot of stuff to get to this afternoon. I saw a tweet today, and it said, and I thought this was pretty true, it said, the NBA regular season is terrible and maybe unfixable, but the NBA playoffs deliver. They are great games. They're great television. There's great effort for usually all 48 minutes if someone's in it. And, you have these shocking results. Last night, the Knicks, they had a chance to win that game. Atlanta did not give up last night.
Yep.
Minnesota, Solana's sleeper and my son's sleeper, Minnesota was able to take care of Denver.
Mm-hmm.
So when I saw that tweet, I was like, you know what? Do we spend too much time worrying about how to fix the NBA regular season? Because so what? Like, when you go see a concert, you're going to have some songs, some parts of the experience that aren't as exciting as the end, the finale. Go to see fireworks. The finale is what it's all about. So I don't know, like this notion that somehow the regular season could feel like the postseason, it's probably silly.
I actually thought about this in conversation we had weeks ago when Solana had a great plan for that mid-season tournament and all this crap he laid out. You can't play as hard as the Hawks and the Cavs played for 82 games. You can't play that way for months. It's impossible. You just have to accept that that's not going to happen, and you have to wait for the playoffs for the top teams, what the playoffs is, to get into it. There is no way that anyone, any human being, any human body can play that hard for 6 months out of the year, because they just can't do it.
And I think what happened in older days, like with MJ and Magic, like the competition, not to feed Solana's argument.
Go ahead, Hawk.
But the competition was not as bruising on the body. So MJ was an aberration, and no one came within percentiles of his abilities. But you look at, I don't know if you want to, Wemby's probably not a good example, Anthony Edwards, or like a guy who is miles better than anyone else. But even the lesser players are monsters, and they're going to beat you up. And so I do get it. And now that I'm in the postseason, now ask me this in the third week of next season when people are already taking time off and they're not dinged up yet. But right now, like, I'm glued to 3 games last night that I really don't care about. I don't have any vested interest in any of those teams. I had a vested interest in Max Strus last night. Guy's a bum. Guy stinks.
It's top-notch basketball. It's when you ask me,
yes,
Chad, are you going to watch the Division III softball game tonight? Who's playing? Number 1 and number 2. I want to see that. I want to see top-notch softball. I don't care what it is. We're watching the best players at their sport. The 1% of the 1% play. That 1% can't do it for 7 months.
And
it's impossible.
If they do, it may not look like it looked last night because they don't have the body stamina to do that.
It's not it's not their fault.
No, you're right.
It's God's fault.
But
humans can't do that for 7 months.
And again, don't get me wrong. I am not arguing for maintenance plans. I am not arguing that superstars should play 50 games instead of 82. I'm just telling you, the NBA playoffs consistently deliver. They are fun.
Mm-hmm.
We can all agree the postseason doesn't need to be fixed. I don't even mind the play-ins. I think those are fun. The little one game and, try to advance.
Couple game sevens. Who's going to argue about a game 7?
Yeah. Anyway. Couple surprises last night. Solana said, "Don't sleep on the underdogs."
Yeah, well, I just don't think to your point, these teams, the Timberwolves aren't a 6 seed, but because the Western Conference is ridiculous, the Nuggets aren't a 3 seed, but because OKC and San Antonio are so good, they're the 3 seed.
Right.
But I mean, these teams, the 6 seed, the Timberwolves are legitimately a powerhouse. Like they've been in the Western Conference Finals 2 consecutive years, and you saw it in the fourth quarter yesterday. To your point, the talent of these teams. I mean, Anthony Edwards didn't even really have a good game yesterday. He shot 10 of 25, and they still managed to win that game yesterday. And then how about CJ McCollum? He was just like a little trade filler in this. Everybody thought he was donezo. He's washed up. He's at the tail end of his career, and he's in MSG. In Game 2 of the NBA playoffs in the first round, leading a young Atlanta Hawks team over the New York Knicks.
That one shocked me beyond belief last night, especially because the Knicks had it. Knicks had that game in hand. Like they were starting to build on their lead. I think it was 10, 12 points in the fourth quarter, maybe at one point.
Yeah. Brunson was going crazy.
It was wild that Atlanta kept scrapping last night. And then I got confused last night. I thought because Noah Eagle said on the broadcast, he's like, they'll have a timeout here. And the broadcast graphic showed a timeout.
Correct.
They didn't have a timeout.
They didn't.
I could not believe that they weren't calling timeout. My head was going to explode. But when we find out later that there was no timeout.
I feel bad for Noah Eagle, by the way, because I watched a video on it earlier. They add the graphic of the timeout in between. I don't know if it was the free throws, like right before the free throws, it wasn't up there, and then they add it. So now Noah Eagle is being told.
They tell him they've got a timeout.
Right.
Yeah. That's like what would happen with me and you and hollandaise sauce.
He's gonna slide you some
hollandaise sauce.
Did everyone hear that, or was that just me?
But is that not on Mike Brown?
To not have a timeout?
Not to not have a timeout and to say, hey, Mikal Bridges, go win the game. Jaylen Brown should have had that ball in his hand. I mean, Jalen Brunson, sorry. Shouldn't
they? I don't know. They looked a
Brunson
little spastic there at the end. It was a terrible possession.
Get the rebound, dribble down, and Mikal Bridges falls out of bounds.
But you can't run a play. Like the only
you
thing there
can.
is,
hey, you don't play defense. Jalen Brunson, you stay high. You're the guard at the top. When we get the ball, we're going to give it to you.
Ball goes to Jalen Brunson. That's the play.
Right, but everybody knows ball's going to Jalen Brunson. You go back, look at there were 2 guys denying Jalen Brunson the ball the second he got rid of it.
If that's I didn't watch it other than seeing it live. If that's the case, it just has to be a better shot than what he took.
I don't think, personally, I don't think he took a terrible shot. Mikal Bridges makes that shot. It's a mid-range jumper. He's 6'10". Like, I don't think it's a terrible shot. Now, as a forever Knicks hater, I love that it's Mikal Bridges at the end taking that shot because I have no confidence in him making it in that situation. But you're telling me Mikal Bridges is going to take a jumper to win a game?
I just thought it was an off-balance jumper. I didn't think it was like a great look jumper.
It's just there's it's a chaos. There's no time. You have to advance the ball. It's
which is
chaos.
why I couldn't believe they weren't calling time.
But that's what I'm.
They're not
Solana,
expecting
that's what
McCollum.
I'm asking about.
They're not expecting McCollum to miss there either.
Right.
That's the crazy part. They have a play drawn up from the baseline
from an inbound.
The ball goes in. You don't go grab it. You wait 5-6 seconds. Everybody sets up. You have a baseline play that they practice those situations nonstop. Hey, 10 seconds or less. here's what we're doing. We're going to screen
And they're all
Jalen Brunson
100% certain. It's like he's not going to miss 2 free throws. So run the play. There's no chance. For those of you watching on the stream or listening the last couple of days, you may have noticed Jimmy's voice hasn't been on the show. Unfortunately, we had to fire him. There was a lot of issues going on with Jimmy that we found out about, and we had to let him go.
What did Jimmy do?
You know, you've been in all these meetings. You're the one that actually pulled the trigger. From
No, Jack.
what
I've never fired anybody.
Oh no, I see Jimmy has just signed in right now. I guess he wanted to say farewell. Oh, hello, Jimmy.
Hello, guys. Hello, I can't hear Hawk.
Perfect. You're fired.
Okay, I heard that.
You can hear something.
That's a quick way to find out if someone can really hear or not. No, Jimmy's been sick. He has not been fired. Jimmy's been sick. How you feeling, Jimmy?
Feel a little better, just congested.
All right. Well, feel better. We'll check in with you throughout the program. We wanted to make you sign in. That way he could still get paid for being here. Okay. So we'll check in. And you have some stuff for him to do during the show, Solana?
Yeah. Jimmy's going to be part of our research team today behind the scenes.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
All right. Can you research
hollandaise sauce?
Yeah. Research good recipes for hollandaise sauce. Perfect. We'll check back with you in the 3 o'clock hour.
No problem.
Congested?
Congested.
Yeah, I'm congested.
It sounds
I've been congested my whole life. I've been I've been breathed out of my nose since 91.
Yeah, maybe you want to clear that phlegm and you won't be so congested. All right, we missed you, Jimmy.
Yeah.
All right. That was fun. Think he thought he was fired there for a second?
Nah.
Maybe just for one brief second.
Brief second.
All right, let's do headlines here. Start out the show. Brought to you by Doral Volkswagen. You always pay less with your Pricito at Doral Volkswagen. Visit them at Doral Volkswagen or DoralVolkswagen.com.
Hey, how about the Fish?
How about the Fish?
Yeah, good win yesterday.
Yep.
They beat the Cardinals to open up that 3-game series. They're gonna.
Who got the win? Was it Max Meyer?
Crowder.
Solana?
Jimmy, who got the win last night?
I have no clue.
All right. We'll check in with you in the 3 o'clock hour.
Y'all don't give me an hour to figure out things.
Well, Jimmy at least will get it done within the hour. I'll ask you, and you'll go, huh? What? Did you ask me that?
Got Sonny Styles on my phone. Tennessee Titans cornerback.
Does anybody want Carol Snooker's number?
You know whose number I found yesterday when you did Carol Snooker?
Who?
Hakeem Olajuwon.
Really?
But I put him in my phone as Akeem Olajuwon, and he was
he used to be Akeem Olajuwon.
I did not know that.
Even though he was always Akeem Olajuwon about halfway through his career.
Akeem without the H?
Yeah. And then he switched to Hakeem Olajuwon.
We were joking about, well, let's go call log. And we were joking. And I looked and I have Akeem Olajuwon in my phone. And it's Hakeem Olajuwon's number.
Yeah, he was Mike Stanton to Giancarlo Stanton. When he wanted to be called Hakeem Olajuwon, it was like, what? You're Hakeem Olajuwon.
So I took the whole first name out.
How didn't I know that?
I just left it at Olajuwon.
Because it's pretty similar. It's not like going from Mike to Giancarlo.
You know what I learned over the weekend?
By the way, the Marlins, the winner was C. Foucher.
Who's that?
Calvin Foucher. Max Meyer went 5 1/3. But the win went to Calvin Foucher.
He had 8 Ks.
Who did? Max Meyer?
Yeah, Max Meyer. You know what I learned? Which it kind of goes back to our NBA conversation. We don't have time to really get into it. But the NBA up until the 1981 season. So we're talking about like Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, early 80s. When you step to the free throw line, you had 3 free throws.
Only in the bonus.
To make 2.
Only in the bonus. I saw that video. So that was only in the bonus. 3 to make 2. Isn't that? I mean, I watched a video last night of a Bulls game that was, and it was, oh man, what was the guy's name that they were focusing on? But anyway, the guy who posted the video said you could see 3 amazing things going on here. This was at the Chicago Stadium. It was called Chicago Stadium back then. The Hawks and the Bulls played there. The Bulls were playing, And on the turns where hockey was, so there were still basketball fans there, the glass was still up. They hadn't taken down the glass from the hockey games because it was like basketball didn't matter that much. The NBA didn't matter that much. Remember, they used to show the NBA finals on tape delay after Johnny Carson and whatever. But they left the glass up on the turns. I guess they just didn't have time to get it down in time, and you could see through it. So, but yeah, it was
the game, son.
It was wild, man. But yeah, bonus shots were 3 to make 2.
Big bad NBA, huh? Back in the day. You got 3. So even if you missed one.
Well, 81, though. I mean, big bad NBA. Who are you talking about? There was no MJ back in 81. There was no Magic Johnson back in 81.
You got drafted in 79, Jack.
Yeah,
Larry Bird, Magic Johnson. They're all playing back then.
Yeah.
And they built it into what it is now.
I'm not taking anything away from what they built. I'm just saying people love to talk about, back in my NBA, these guys wouldn't stand a chance. And they were getting extra free throws because they
but now you have extra ways to get points in the NFL. I mean, you could do a 2-point conversion. Back in my day, you had to do 1-point conversion. You couldn't grab 2 points if you wanted it. So it's softer. The NFL is softer. Is that what you're saying?
You're talking about 79. We're talking about the 80s and 90s when the game got violent and all of that stuff. No,
I mean, you can't.
You think when people say back
in
my days, they're talking about 78?
You can't pass over the bad boys era of Detroit. I mean, you're going to call that team soft?
Back in my days means 78?
Move the goalpost, Crowder. That's fine. You can move the goalpost all you want.
I'm trying to educate you young people. Do you think we're talking about 1978 when you say back in my days?
Well, I know that people talk about the 80s. And they don't reference what part of the 80s. They just talk about the 80s. And as going into the 81 season, they were still doing 3 free throws to make 2. And that's just absurd. Think about how absurd that is. How many extra
now you can't hand check anyone. And now you can't hand check.
A 6'8", 270-pound LeBron can fly into the 8th row and act like a little baby pushed him. And he's going to get free throws.
I mean, the game is much softer now, by the way. They call ticky-tack fouls that they never called back in my day.
Right, because
I've seen people break their wrist.
The bad boys
kept
Pistons.
Playing.
The bad
broke
boys
their
Pistons.
wrist and kept playing. I died on Saturday night one time.
I saw a guy, Ronnie Lester, dribbled it with a nub. Lost his hand.
Didn't even have a hand.
Still had handles.
Handles without handed wristles.
All right, come on, let me get the headline because I want to have time with Ben Volin.
Tonight in your sports watching, you've got the Marlins playing game 2 against the Cardinals. You can listen to that game, I should say, right here on FM 104.3 WQAM.
Who they got pitching tonight?
Tonight.
I love stumping him with a basic question. Could you imagine like a sports station that in a real city, like not knowing who the starting pitcher was?
Chris Paddock.
Chris Paddock.
CP.
Nice salad.
Does have beautiful hair.
He does.
Yeah.
That's tonight, 6:40. You should definitely listen to that game on FM 104.3 WQAM. I will be locked in.
All right.
NFL draft is this week. Don't forget the Dolphins select 11th and 30th as of now, barring any trades. We'll have our draft coverage here on WQAM on Thursday beginning at 6. Hollywood and Dono, 6 to 8. And then Tobin and I take over 8 until the Dolphins' final selection. We'll go all the way up until then.
All right.
Mike Tomlin headed to NBC. He'll be a top studio analyst on their Sunday night pregame show.
Yeah, they got rid of some people on that show, right? Who'd they get rid of?
Yeah.
I think Tony Dungy. I know he's gone.
Dungy is gone. Yeah.
Dungy, Rodney Harrison, that broadcast?
Yeah, but I think Harrison is still part of it.
Tomlin, we joke all the time. I love Mike Tomlin. I blessed to call him a friend. He'll be amazing.
I think so, too.
Yeah, he's going to be great.
Yeah.
All right, guys, your weather. In South Florida, we got NBA games, obviously, tonight. I'll go over the schedule in the next hour. Your weather.
Did anyone see, by the way, the Ottawa game? Was it Ottawa that went to double overtime?
Against Carolina.
Yeah.
That was a great game, too.
I don't know. I wish, I want to ask Plagans or somebody who can explain it to me why there was a penalty shootout or a penalty shot yesterday in that game. after they scored a goal, but it was waved
They
off
took
for
the goal
offsides.
back.
And then why did they get a penalty shot? I didn't understand.
I watched it this morning. If it's certain time, there's a penalty, and the goal didn't count. But if there's a certain amount of time in that overtime period, you get a penalty shot. Then the guy blocked the penalty shot to send it to double OT.
Yeah, Olmark.
Yeah,
We
that
had
was
our history with Olmark.
We did.
There is some great hockey being played right now, even though we're not in it.
I did. People always say again that the NHL postseason is the best, but I'm telling you, this NBA postseason is delivering already.
But is there not many dominant teams?
No,
Or
I
is
think
it
I think
delivering?
that there are a lot. Well, I think there's a lot of dominant teams in the West, and I think the East is fairly even.
Okay.
So you're getting good games.
But the East is good too, man. Like Atlanta, as much as it pains me to say, Atlanta's a good team.
But an
We're
elite
talking about
NBA team.
No. I'm not
CJ
saying
McCollum.
I'm not saying that they're an
Yeah.
elite NBA team, but in the past, you would see the Knicks, who were the 3 seed, playing the 6 seed, and the series would be pretty one-sided. You'd have your top 2-3 teams, and that was it. Like the Knicks are considered a one of the favorites to come out of the East. I think Atlanta's a good team, a really good team. They're not OKC, they're not San Antonio, they're not Denver, but they're not like a trap. It's not Atlanta from 3 years ago.
You like the parity.
Yeah, but
You like
sometimes
the parity.
I think
you
you're
like
saying
that they can continue to play even, but if they're both B's or C's, we can still get a game that's going to end in 2 or 3
for
point
sure.
difference.
Yeah, but I don't think in this case, parity means that the teams aren't good. I think these teams.
Oh, you can have parity and still with good teams.
Yeah, like they're evenly matched, but they're also they're good teams. They're not super teams, but they're still good teams.
Yeah, no, I agree.
All right, guys. Your weather in South Florida right now, it is 78 degrees. Tonight, the lows are going to drop lower into the 70s. That weather report was brought to you by Tornado Roofing and Contracting, helping homeowners stay safe this storm season. Visit tornadoroofing.com for a free roof and window estimate.
All right, Ben Volin from the Boston Globe. He's their senior NFL writer. We'll talk a little NFL draft with him. Cheetah Pompano, a great spot to watch a game. I mean, Solana was just telling you what your viewing schedule could be tonight. Go to Cheetah Pompano. They've got 4 stages of entertainment, the most beautiful entertainers, if you understand what I'm saying, in South Florida. Cheetah Pompano has an amazing complimentary gourmet lunch till 3 p.m. every day. They've got happy hour specials till 6 p.m. every day. And don't forget, if you're planning a bachelor party for someone, there is no better place to have it than Cheetah Pompano or Cheetah Palm Beach. You can get details right there at the clubs, or you can go online as well. Every day is a great day at Cheetah Pompano Beach. Make sure you visit Cheetah Palm Beach as well. Get all the details at cheetahsofl.com.
You're listening to the Hawk, Crowder, and Solana Show.
But now I've got an entire squid and quail egg in my mouth.
WQAM broadcasting live from the Edmore Sawgrass Auto Mall Studios. Shop exceptional Cadillac offers now at the 3-time Cadillac Dealer of the Year, Edmore Sawgrass Cadillac. Visit EdmoreSawgrassCadillac.com. You're always backed by Morse. The NFL Draft is this Thursday night, and we've got live coverage as we keep up to date on the Dolphins' first-round picks. The night begins with a draft preview show with Hollywood and Dono at 6. Then Tobin and Solana bring you round by round beginning at 8. Keep up with the draft and the Dolphins' picks here on the home of football, FM 104.3 WQAM, and always streaming on the Odyssey, iHeartRadio, and TuneIn apps.
In Miami, wherever there's a Domino's game, you'll always find your abuelito. And whenever you want a low price, you know you always pay less with your Pricito at Doral Kia. Take advantage of a Pricito now on all of your favorite new Kia models, like a Sportage, Sorento, Telluride, K5, Soul, and more. Don't wait. Hurry to Doral Kia today. Don't miss your chance to save on a new Kia. With easy financing, fast service, and the best value for your money. Because you always pay less with your Pricito at Doral Kia. Visit us at Doral Kia or start shopping for your Pricito now at DoralKia.com. Present any Miami Kia dealer's unexpired new vehicle advertisement for verification. Other Lithia dealerships do not qualify. The competing offer must be available for immediate purchase at the advertised price. The competitor's vehicle must be identically
All right, before we get to Ben Volin, WQAM's Whiskey, Stars, and Cigars, presented by Edmore Sawgrass Automall, returns Friday, May 8th. You come out, talk a little sports, hang out with the QAM staff at Tabacón Cigars and Spirits at Plantation Walk. Enjoy a nice Scotch whiskey from Johnny Walker and a smooth cigar from Drew Estate. The event is free, so you just stop on by. Get all the info at WQAM.com. Must be 21 or older, and we'll see you. 6 p.m. is when it starts, May 8th, Tabacón Cigars and Spirits at Plantation Walk. Whiskey, Stars, and Cigars presented by Edmore Sawgrass Automall. 4 brands, 1 location, your local Cadillac, Buick, GMC, and Chevy dealer. I, unfortunately, will not be there that night. I'll be the only staff member not there. So if either of you guys would like to wear my Swisher Sweets shirt that I wore to the last one, you are more than welcome to borrow it from me.
You believe I can wear a shirt that you wear?
For the bit.
Okay.
It might be
A tank top.
admittedly snug, but you can wear it if you want.
Halter
And if
top.
anybody wants to bring a couple Swisher Sweets and send them home with Crowder Solana for me so I can enjoy them later, that would be appreciated. Ben Volin is on the Toyota of Hollywood hotline, senior NFL writer for the Boston Globe. We got the NFL draft on Thursday. Mike Vrabel spoke to the media today about Diana Rossini. I guess I didn't see much other than people saying he didn't really say anything. But I want to start here, Ben. How about that third period of the game against the Sabres on Sunday night?
It's funny, boy, that was quite a meltdown and a choke job by the Bruins. Funny, I wanted to start with Tua Tagovailoa. You guys have had me on the show so many times over the years. You know, you've kind of branded me as like this big Tua hater. I'm just a Boston guy who's a hater. I'm just curious, how did the Tua era end up in Miami? What ultimately happened there?
Interesting. You're looking for a post-mortem right now on the Tua era? That's that's your agenda for the appearance today, a little post-mortem on the Tua era?
Yeah, just curious. Did they spend $53 million to pay him to go play for another team?
I would submit to you, though, he is the best. He's on the Mount Rushmore of Dolphins quarterbacks.
Well, like post Marino, maybe.
No, the Mount Rushmore. There's the 4 best quarterbacks in Dolphins history have to be Marino, Greasy, Earl Morrall, maybe. I don't even know. I mean, they obviously.
You would have to argue Tua, Tannehill, probably, which is sad.
I think Tua.
I mean, I'm a Chad Pennington guy.
But only one season. The longevity wasn't there.
I still talk to CP to this day, Ben, but he played 17 games. I can't put him on there.
Jenny, you know what still bothers me to this day? Like, I still get upset when I see the old MVP results from 2008 and Peyton Manning won over Pennington. And Peyton Manning had like a very ordinary Peyton Manning kind of season. It was not spectacular. And for the voters to give that award to him instead, where he's just throwing them onto the pile where they're collecting dust, instead of giving it to Chad Pennington, that still infuriates me to this day.
Hey, Ben, your Mac Jones better than Tua Tagovailoa take has some legs nowadays, huh?
Still alive. Let's go.
Sometimes you got to wait a while. But would you consider, though, Tua being on the Mount Rushmore of Dolphins all-time quarterbacks?
Man, I mean, Greasy and Marino.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what about Fiedler? Fiedler had a few good seasons, right? The playoffs?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, completely no flash.
He won. I think he won the last playoff game, didn't he?
He did, I think. But
didn't David Woodley play in a Super Bowl?
Yeah. But man, I think Tua. How many seasons?
I would put Ronnie Brown on the Mount Rushmore quarterback.
Hey man, I saw a beautiful pass to Anthony Fasano during that stretch.
I think Marty Booker threw a pass or two. All right, let's talk NFL draft here. Is Fernando Mendoza, who he's going to go number 1, right? There's going to be no shocking selection, and there's not going to be any kind of shocking trade, right? I
haven't seen anything that would imply that.
Is he going to be a franchise-changing quarterback in the NFL?
No. You mean like Drake May for the Patriots?
Well, it's funny. We had this conversation before the show started. No joke. We're having this conversation. And I said to Crowder off the air, believe it or not, how the hell were we talking about this? I'll really bring you behind the curtains if you want. The company wanted us to do a sample podcast to try out this new studio they built that has television switching capabilities on its own.
Yep.
And so they tapped me and Crowder to do it. So we did a very sportsy sample. But it actually is not a terrible topic of conversation. I said to Crowder, because we were talking about Fernando Mendoza. Yep. I'm like, is Drake May a franchise-changing quarterback? He's like, guy takes you to a Super Bowl. It pretty much is the definition of a franchise-changing quarterback. So is he?
I do, because I don't think he was surrounded by elite talent this past year. Kayshon Boutte and, Stephon Diggs was pretty solid. Hunter Henry was good. But I thought Drake May deserved the MVP because I thought he was working with a lot less than what Matthew Stafford had to work with. But that's neither here nor there. Fernando Mendoza, I think, he has the profile of someone who could be a very good quarterback, but to me, he's not like an elite athlete. Like to me, the franchise changing ones, the ones that can do it on their own are the athletes like Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Drake May. Joe Burrow was kind of in that conversation, but he's fallen off a little bit. But Mendoza looks like he could be a very good winning quarterback. I mean, Sam Darnold's not a franchise changing quarterback, and he just won a Super Bowl, so don't take it as a negative. But Mendoza, to me, doesn't have the profile of someone who's going to come in and just put the Raiders on his back and from day one, like Jaden Daniels did a couple years ago. The one thing I'm surprised with Mendoza is his size. I saw he's 6'5", which that's really good, obviously. I feel like a lot of quarterbacks these days are coming in a little more like 6'1", 6'2". So for him to be 6'5", I think definitely bodes well for his potential in the NFL.
And we're going to get back to the Patriots' weapons because there's a big name on the Patriots docket right now, Ben. But to stay with the draft stuff, is this a weak draft? Because that's all you're hearing everybody say. This is the weakest draft in 2 decades. Is this draft that weak? Because there's some very impressive players I've watched play college football last season.
Yeah, I think what makes it weird is at the top of the draft, you don't have the glamour positions. It's a safety, a running back, off the ball linebacker. You don't really have a Jamar Chase, like a game-changing receiver. Beyond Mendoza, there's might not be a quarterback in the first round, though I do think Ty Simpson will eventually get taken in the back of the first round. There's not an elite edge. There's a lot of edge rushers. There's not just one. There's not an elite defensive tackle. So it's a weird top of the board. And then the back end of the draft, all these GMs are really complaining about what NIL has done to the draft pool. The draft pool is getting noticeably older. I think Eric DaCosta said guys are, coming out now 2 years older than they used to. And guys, it's a thinner pool now because guys are staying in school because the money isn't that much better in the NFL, and you might as well go and try to improve your draft stock. So, the 7th round, the undrafted free agents, I think that talent pool is a lot thinner. But the GMs are still under pressure to still hit on their picks and find the diamonds in the rough. So I think that's what people are complaining about so much is the top of the draft is kind of weird. And then, the depth of the draft is just not where you expect it to be. But I think that's probably the new normal now with NIL, encouraging guys to go back to school.
Did you yourself do a mock draft, by the way?
Yeah, I did one. I just released it this morning. I mock my own mock draft. If I get 6 picks right, I'm thrilled. I've already heard from a couple NFL people. Like I have Jeremiah Love going 4th to the Titans. I've already heard that might not get past the Cardinals at 3, that kind of thing.
Who do you have going to the Dolphins? Who do you have going to the Dolphins at 11?
I picked a guard. I know everyone has Maui Noah from
Miami.
Yeah, but so I was talking this out with the great reporter Alan Poupart the other day, who few people do a better job covering the Dolphins. He was saying that, the theory is you draft Maui Noah now. But so first of all, I know Austin Jackson isn't like the long-term right tackle, but they're still bringing him back this year. I think they're still counting on him to be the starter at right tackle. And so it's like, well, you move Maui Noah, you draft him as the right tackle of the future and you play him at right guard for a year. And I'm like, why would you play your first round pick out of position, give him reps at a different position for you? So I think right tackle is one of the few positions that the Dolphins don't need to address right away. That, like, you can always draft a right tackle next year as well. So I think, in trenches for the Dolphins, interior offensive line, defensive line, edge rusher. I mean, they need everything, but you need to start with the trenches. So it might not be like the sexiest picks. And then obviously they need a receiver to replace Tyreek Hill. But I think, I think offensive and defensive line are where, when you're starting over from scratch like the Dolphins, I think that's where you need to start in the draft.
See, I disagree, Ben. I think it's harder to find a cornerback because we have no secondary. And it's crazy. Like, I agree with you on the guards, the tackles. I agree with you on the receivers. We have a lot of position to fill other than, I think, running back, middle linebacker. Like, we're very limited. But finding one of those corners, isn't that harder than finding a guard or a tackle?
So I would agree with you there. I think if, what's his name, Mansour Delane from LSU, if he's on the board, I would agree. That's a good pick. That said, the Chiefs are sitting there at 9, and they just traded away Trent McDuffy. So I think the Chiefs are going to be looking at the cornerback with their pick. And, I don't know what kind of defense Jeff Hafley is running these days, but, the NFL is a zone defense league now. Like 75% of defense is zone. And so, I don't know if you necessarily need, the elite man corner if you're only playing man defense 25% of the time. So you make a great point, Channing, and I think that would be a very good pick for them. But at the same time, I don't know if he's going to be there. And you know what? I still think the trenches, protecting Malik Willis, if you want to have a chance at success this year, the Dolphins better have a good offensive line, which obviously they've not been able to do in a while.
And I think part of that, Ben, is Devon Achane, whether or not he's going to be back. Sully says that they're not, he's not available for trade anymore. They want to sign him to an extension. What's your feel on this entire situation? Because I think Devon Achane is somebody who is highly regarded as a game changer. That's the way we feel about him around here. But is he going to end up getting top 5 quarterback, Saquon Barkley-like, Derrick Henry-like money? Can you do that if you're the Dolphins?
It does seem weird. I mean, you guys have followed it more closely than I have. It seems weird that they're willing to trade everyone except the running back, which is the most replaceable position on the roster. So to me, I would think that it's just kind of typical, bluster and negotiating from the GM, trying to drum up a trade market or get more from teams who want Achane. I mean, he's an excellent runner, but those guys can be replaced for the most part. And they're not spending money on anyone. It's like, you're going to spend money on a veteran running back. It doesn't make sense, from a football standpoint. So I would think that they would move him if the price is right. But they are obviously doing things in a non-traditional way down there. I think I counted on the roster. They've got like 60 guys on the Dolphins who are making a minimum salary contract. It is the most unique roster in the NFL. It's like that movie Major League from the 80s with the Indians teams. That was just like a bunch of guys who are like, who is this guy? But it's a great opportunity for youngsters and for some of these veterans to get playing time and to try to extend their career or whatever. But this is definitely one of the most unique rosters the Dolphins are putting together ever in NFL history.
And Ben, just between me and you, nobody else is listening. Romeo Dobbs, you brought up Henry, you brought up Booty, and now is A.J. Brown, is that legit or is that pre-draft banter?
No, I think everyone expects that to happen. It's always been kind of known that the Eagles are going to be way more motivated to trade him after June 1st than before. I think they would do a trade now, but it really wrecks their salary cap. So I think they'd have to be blown away by a deal. And I don't think any team is really willing to give that up for a 29-year-old receiver who's got some knee problems. So I think the issue is the Eagles are trying as best they can to drum up a second team to get involved, because I think right now it's just the Patriots and the Eagles, and the Patriots aren't really motivated to give the Eagles what they want when they're just negotiating against themselves. So I definitely think it's going to happen. Vrabel and A.J. Brown have a terrific relationship going back to Tennessee, obviously. It seems very clear A.J. Brown wants out of Philly. And the only question is what moves the Patriots make, because if they bring him in, they're going to have to move on from a receiver. And I thought it would be Pop Douglas, who, didn't play that much last year and was like the 5th or 6th receiver. But there have been some rumors now that they might trade Kayshon Boutte, which I thought he was excellent last year. And so if they bring in Dobbs and A.J. Brown, but they've moved on from Stephon Diggs and Kayshon Boutte, I don't know if the Patriots have gotten better. It seems like they're just kind of reshuffling the deck chairs a little bit. So I hope for the Patriots' sake that if they do when they bring in A.J. Brown, they're also going to keep Kayshon Boutte, because I think that makes them better.
We are out of time, Ben. So real quick on the way out here, did Mike Vrabel say anything of value today regarding the Rossini situation?
I mean, he was humble and he struck all the right notes, and I think he said the right thing. But what got up my craw is they did a little sneak attack. They didn't announce that he was going to be talking. It was supposed to be 2 players on the first day of the offseason program. And like a minute before, they're like, oh, by the way, Mike Vrabel's going to pop in. It was a small media crew. They didn't give anyone time to get down there. It was like a total sneak attack. And I think that cuts against, his message of accountability when they play little games like that.
Right.
So,
and then he's going to say now, hey, I've spoken what I needed to say on that.
Right,
I'm not
like
talking about it anymore, but you're going to say, hey, you didn't give us a chance to be prepared for that.
Yeah. So, he said all the right things, but the sneak attack and the last minute, the way they did it, that doesn't sit right with me.
All right. Ben Volin from the Boston Globe. Always appreciate your time, Ben.
All right. Thank you, guys.
There you go. The draft is Thursday night. We will have coverage on this radio station beginning at 6 p.m. So make sure you're listening. And if you want to follow Ben Volin, follow him on Twitter or social media anywhere. And make sure you download the Boston Globe app. You can read his work there.
I just celebrated my 15th year wedding anniversary with my beautiful wife, but Ed Morris got me. They're talking about 80 years of service. They are watching out for y'all for over 80 years in business. That's why my guy, Chris Atkins, the GM, the owner, Teddy Morris, you see him on the commercials, all the people over there, they're an amazing team. My entire driveway is backed by Morris. I'm telling you, if you're in the market for a car, if you're in the market to trade or lease or whatever you're doing, go holler at my friends at Ed Morris Sawgrass Cadillac. They're commemorating this 80-year occasion by giving you special savings on Cadillac Luxury. Check out the all-electric cars. My wife has a beautiful electric Cadillac. The 2026 Cadillac Optic right now, you can get for just $349 a month, and the all-electric 2025 Cadillac Lyrics for just $369 a month. They've been family-owned and operated for 80 years, so they know how to take care of their customers, and that's their main thing. They sell, they have great everything. They have great inventory. They have great service. They have all that. They are going to watch out for their customers. And like I said, I'm backed by Morris. Don't miss out on the anniversary savings. Go see my friends at Ed Morris Sawgrass Cadillac, 6-time dealer of the year off Sunrise Boulevard and the Sawgrass Expressway. Visit EdMorrisSawgrassCadillac.com. And remember, being backed by Morris is so special, from the trade-in to the sale, to the lease, to the service, to them texting and emailing you when your car needs an oil change. I'm telling you, they watch out for you. Click EdMorrisSawgrassCadillac.com.
You're listening to the Hawk, Crowder, and Solana Show.
Hey, Claude, let's jump Hawk.
I'm ready, Georgie.
Ready for the 3 o'clock.
All ready. Got a NFL draft story for you this hour. OJ McDuffy. We will listen to his as we work our way towards Thursday night and the NFL draft. Jimmy is homesick, but he is with us via video. He's just paying attention to the show. Do you know we have reinstated the 3:05 alarm, Jimmy?
I am aware. I got that text.
Yeah, so that's coming up in 3 minutes. Are you prepared for it?
Absolutely not.
All right, fair enough. Well, you're sick. We'll do it without you. But you're feeling all right?
Yeah, I'm feeling better.
You taking anything? A little decongestant?
I took a Flonase.
Took a little Flonase?
Flonase.
Yeah. When's the last time you spritzed it?
Today, like a few hours ago.
Oh, spritz one on camera for us. I want to see you take a little Flonase.
No,
No?
no. I read that's enough.
What
I
about
love that.
Dayquil? You gotta take some Dayquil.
Love the Flonase, man.
I took NyQuil last night.
Oh, that stuff knocks me out for 2 days.
Really?
I was watching a podcast with Jay Moore, comedian. He's the guy, he played he was the other agent in Jerry Maguire. Jay Moore.
Yeah.
You know? And so he was talking. He's really, he was very popular like in the 80s, 90s. But he's got this podcast and he talks, with all these comedians who I like. But he was talking about how he had, given up alcohol. He was an addict. He was addicted to everything. He was Adderall, alcohol, everything. And so he gave up alcohol and he said, so he just started drinking NyQuil, which makes me laugh. It's the people who tell us they're on a diet. They're not drinking sodas anymore, but they drink lemonade and iced tea. Full sugar lemonade and iced tea. So he said he gave up alcohol, but he would just drink NyQuil, 3 bottles a day. He goes, I didn't go anywhere without a bottle of NyQuil in my pocket, and I would just hammer NyQuil all day long. And he's like, if you can fight through that urge to sleep, he's like, it was just a great high. And so he's like, yeah, I was downing 3 bottles of NyQuil a day. I loved it.
That's crazy.
Anyway, don't get addicted to the NyQuil, Jimmy.
No, definitely not.
All right. We'll check in with you later on.
Take a little more than Flonase. That's why you still sick. Flonase?
You want to take a nap? What'd you eat today? Feed a cold, starve a fever. You ever heard that?
No, I do not know what that means.
Do you know that? Feed a cold, starve a fever?
I have heard that.
Yeah. Do you know that, Solana?
Nah, I've never heard of that.
Solana had never heard happy as a pig in bleep. Have you heard of happy? Yeah,
you
that's
know
a pretty.
I'm have all the old country sayings.
That's a common.
Jimmy! 305. Dale.
Dale.
Thank you, Jimmy.
You're welcome.
Jimbo, we're back.
Yeah.
I don't have the sponsorship line. I thought I had saved it on my computer, and I didn't.
Should have taken a picture of it.
Yeah.
Tighten him up, Jimmy. Flonase, man.
You have it, Solana? Oh, I do have it. I'm sorry. I have it.
You have it?
Yeah, 305 alarm that is sponsored by Miami Lakes Chevrolet, where you walk in as a customer and drive out as family. Got that, Jimmy?
I got it.
All right. So did you starve a cold or feed a fever? No, feed a cold, starve a fever.
Feed a cold.
I had hard-boiled eggs and a toast.
Hard-boiled eggs, toast. When did you have that, in the morning?
A few hours ago. Haven't eaten anything since.
All right. Maybe some saltines. Saltines always make me feel better.
Ginger ale.
A little ginger ale and some saltines.
Yeah, that's medicine. Ginger ale is better than Flonase.
All right. You got your wrist brace? Someone wants to know?
No wrist brace. Haven't
That
gotten
might
there
make
yet.
you feel better, though. It might make you feel better.
Yeah, maybe.
Surprised you haven't gone with the Vicks Vaporub.
Oh, yeah.
Nope, don't have any of that.
South Florida thing. Got to have the Vicks Vaporub.
There's no way Jimmy doesn't have Vaporub in his house. A Cuban home with
It
Cuban
has to. Yeah, it has to be somewhere.
Your mom's probably hoarding it.
Or you just spray yourself with
Flonase.
Fabuloso.
Fabuloso.
That's a cure-all, man.
I've always felt like a suppository really does the trick, Jimmy.
Idea. No, that's a great idea. In fact, do that now. Get back to us in the 4 o'clock hour, and we'll see how it went.
It's not much that you can cure by going around your booty.
Oh, yeah. You don't know. No, you don't know.
No, Solana and his brother do that,
Yeah,
but no doubt.
You can cure hemorrhoids by going around
When's
the booty.
the last time a doctor told you put something around your booty to feel better?
In the 70s, when I was in Switzerland, and they sent the doctor up to the hotel. I've told you that story.
Yes.
I was deathly ill, and we were in Switzerland.
Mhm.
My dad called the lobby. They sent up this Swiss doctor, and he told little 13-year-old Mark Hochman, this is a suppository.
Jam this little bullet in your booty.
And I said, I don't know what that is. And he said, what you're going to do is you're going to go in the bathroom. You're going to put it in all the way in. It's got to get all the way in. And then everything after a while will come out, including all the toxins, all the stuff that's making you ill. I said, okay, doctor, I'm going to give this a try.
Okay.
And young Mark Hochman went into the bathroom, said, no chance. Thing went right in the toilet, flushed it, came out, said, doctor, I'm already feeling better.
So this is 50 years ago.
That is correct.
So a lot of things have matured after 50 years.
Yeah.
Technology, travel.
Yeah.
We're still jamming bullets in the booty.
Well, for fun, not necessarily for
I would say it's for fun.
right, for fun, not for
I don't know.
I mean, don't get it twisted. Listen, I'm down for anything. I mean, Heat and Panthers are done. I got to do something to keep myself entertained.
I got 3 young kids. No doctor's ever said, hey, this is the answer.
Well, let me give you a couple doctors I know. Let's see what Dr. Metzger says. All right, Jimmy, feel better.
Thank you.
All right. That's Jimmy Garcia, everybody.
Don't put that on camera if you do the suppository thing.
No,
Never.
We can go viral, Jimmy. We can finally go viral.
Viral for the wrong reasons.
I got a weak stomach.
Those are all the right reasons, Jimmy. This is from Kyle Krabs. 3 final predictions for the Miami Dolphins in the 2026 draft. Okay. Number 1, he writes, the Dolphins will trade down from one of their first 3 scheduled selections at numbers 11, 30, or 43. He writes, Miami has done a terrific job in finding themselves wiggle room with their resources. They've aggressively stripped down cap commitments, traded what they could, and have maxed out the offloading of their debt. But they're also facing a one-off surplus of draft capital. I would assume they want to change this and collect more future picks too. Their best chances to actually shake free a notable 2027 NFL draft selection will be moving down inside the top 50. It'll be a tall task to convince a team to give up a future pick, but I'd imagine Miami will try. And even if they don't succeed, they could pick up even more rookies this year in that scenario too.
I would say the 30 and the 43, the one they got from Denver and the second round pick, I'm down with it. There is a person that played college football last year in the top 11 that could change your team.
Right.
That's on John Eric Sullivan to figure out, and Jeff Hafley. I don't want to trade out of 11. 30, 43, I have no problem with.
Number 2 from Kyle Krabs, the Miami Dolphins will trade Jalen Wright on Saturday. I mentioned Wright as a trade candidate not that long ago, and I do genuinely believe it could make sense for all parties. Wright's not going to be a preferred option anytime soon amid the looming Devon Achane extension. And if he's going to hold value as a trade target, now is the time. Wright has 2 years left on his rookie deal. He averaged nearly 4.5 yards per touch last season, and he has low tread on the tire. In a shaky running back class, a day 3 pick might be better spent here for another franchise.
100% agree. Jalen Wright is not that impressive. And if you're rebuilding a team, you need Jalen Wright.
And if you're going to give Devon Achane the extension, then Jalen Wright is going to get limited carries. And maybe there is a team who needs his services.
Yeah. And if you want to go get another back that you like, I don't know if they like Jalen Wright. I haven't heard Hafley or Sully talk about it, but Jalen Wright is not changing a team's fortune.
And number 3 from Kyle Krabs, make you happy. Solana, the Miami Dolphins will double dip on wide receivers in the top 100, but neither will be first round.
It makes sense. I mean, I don't know if the wide receivers that'll be available at 11 are the right picks or not. I'm not watching tape on any of these guys, but it makes sense. I think you have to go get weapons. You need to know if Malik Willis is a franchise guy or not. You can't come out of this draft not having some sort of new weaponry, something to be excited about on the offensive side of the football.
Billy Donovan, by the way, out as the Bulls head coach. I don't think we mentioned it in the 2:00 headlines, but obviously that's a big deal for us Bulls fans.
Yeah, congrats, Hawk.
He's going to be in demand, though. That dude could be a head coach in college or the NBA, I believe, within the day if he wanted to.
NBA? You think so?
Yeah.
Billy can coach now.
Oh, I'm not saying he can't, but he didn't really have any success with Chicago. They were a play-in
never
tournament
had a
team.
good roster, though. Like, he didn't. I mean, in all honesty, he had pieces that they just tried to jam together. And I would submit to you, there's, as much as I loved Boozy and Kobe White and Ayo Dosunmu and who's the big dude at Boston now, Vooch. Like, it's just pieces that I just don't think anybody could have done anything with that.
I think he's a college guy. I think he goes back to college. Probably takes a little hiatus. Could see him taking a TV job and then goes back to college.
Solana, Billy D couldn't win a championship with OKC's roster.
Yeah, I think most head coaches, though, could.
Boston's roster. Like, as we start decline, Billy Donovan, I know we're joking around a lot. Billy Donovan's a hell of a basketball coach.
I don't know, man. Like, I wouldn't say, like, oh, OKC, anybody could coach that team to a title. I get what you're saying. They're an extremely talented team. But you think about the big 3 Heat, like, they struggled that first year. And even the second year, they're a game away from being eliminated in that round. Are we just going to take away credit from Eric Spoelstra because he had talent?
I mean, it's been done with Phil Jackson for years, though.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, Phil Jackson for years. It's like, well, if I had Kobe, well, if I had MJ.
But he's still considered a top 5 coach in NBA history.
I sure wish I knew this guy's name because my argument would be better.
Dagno?
The OKC guy. Dagno?
Yeah.
Because he has a lot of letters that don't make sense. There's an L in there. No, where that is.
Dagno.
You didn't.
I think
you
it's
didn't
French.
pronounce an L. Dagno. Is Dagno a great coach, or did they put together an amazing roster of young, talented players?
Right.
I think he's a great coach. I think he elevated that team. SGA did as well. That entire roster is really good. But, I mean, is OKC the big 3 Heat? Are they the Golden State Warriors team of 2017 and 18 that won titles? No. Like, they have a superstar in SGA, a bunch of really good players, but they're all young. I mean, nobody on that roster last year was older than 25 years old, and this guy turned them into a title contending team. Like, he deserves credit for that.
He does, but they're a young Golden State Warriors. They have a MVP candidate. Steph is SGA. They have a Clay and who else with a Draymond. That damn big boy Chet Holmgren is a Defensive Player of the Year candidate, and then Jay Will is a monster. That would be the equivalent to Klay Thompson. They have a very similar roster.
No, I mean, they're stacked. I'm not trying to take away from them.
You can't diminish their roster.
Chet Holmgren, he's nobody if he's in Atlanta. No, Chet Holmgren can play ball.
I would submit to you, though, and we've had this conversation before, I think Eric Spoelstra was uniquely qualified to coach the Big 3. I'm not necessarily – we've seen Big 3s flame out before. I'm not necessarily certain that many coaches would have had the success of LeBron, Wade, and Bosh when you'd never seen anything like this happen before. Who was it up in Brooklyn?
I was just going to use that
Steve
example.
Nash.
Is that who it was? It was Steve Nash.
They had
With
several
KD
different
and
head
Kyrie.
coaches, but they had Steve Nash. They had Jason Kidd, I believe, for a
Like,
little
don't
bit.
you think Eric Spoelstra could have found success with that iteration of the Big 3?
1,000%.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Steve Kerr, you can make the argument, was a perfect situation. Think about that, though. Golden State, remember, who was it?
It was Mark Jackson.
Mark Jackson.
The same roster.
Exact same roster the following year. They turned the entire NBA upside down with Steve Kerr coaching them. Like, coaching that. I'm not telling you that Dagnall is the best coach in the NBA, but I think he deserves a ton of credit. The style that they play, defensively, what they're able to do to teams. And yeah, SGA is SGA for sure.
All right, let's do headlines here for the 3 o'clock hour so we can get to the OJ McDuffie draft day story. Headlines brought to you by Doral Volkswagen. You always pay less with your Pricito at Doral Volkswagen. Visit them at Doral Volkswagen or DoralVolkswagen.com.
I mean, none of those guys are Expulstra. Let's be honest.
Hey, who won the DPOY last night?
Victor Wembanyama, the first unanimous ever selection for DPOY in the history of the award, I believe.
Well,
Ain't no way Bam didn't get a vote.
he didn't get a vote. Come on.
Bam got 1 third-place vote. He was last on the graphic.
They're not watching. They're not watching
Nah,
games.
it's voter fatigue.
Yeah, they're tired of Bam.
Stop it.
Man, you guys are so ridiculous because what's going to end up happening is Bam isn't going to make an all-defensive team, either the first or second. And it's because we should be outraged as a fan base. We should be outraged as a show. We should be blasting all the voters today. We should be talking about how people just don't pay attention to what Bam Adebayo is doing. And instead, you guys want to poke fun at me, and that's fine. That's fine. But it's absolutely ridiculous that Bam Adebayo got 1 third place vote behind Draymond
He's a scorer,
Green.
though. He's a scorer.
And Draymond Green's a bigger name than Bam Adebayo.
He's known throughout the league as a scorer. He had 83 points. Not going to vote for him as defensive player.
He's on a below 500 team.
I would much prefer to make fun of you than to be outraged by that.
I just want to point out the Miami Heat were not below 500 this year, Crowder.
Were they 500?
They finished with 43 wins on their regular season. They were well below a 500 team. I'm just saying.
Well above. Yeah.
Well above.
Yeah. 2 games.
That's what I said.
2 games. Oh, yeah. Prime time. Hulu.
It's fine. Disrespect your all-star player. That's fine. You guys keep doing that.
Listen, I love Bam. You just make Bam Hakeem Olajuwon. I can't act like that.
I'm just making fun of the one time he told us Bam wasn't going to win Defensive Player of the Year because voters had voter fatigue. I find that to be a funny rationalization. When they can't be tired of voting for him.
That one dude next year, Hawk. That one dude that put him in third next year.
He's going to get 1 3rd place vote next year because that guy's got voter fatigue.
God, it's Bam again.
You guys see ESPN is launching an ESPN Jeopardy?
Yeah, Joe Buck.
Joe Buck is reportedly going to be the host of ESPN Jeopardy.
Yeah.
All sports questions?
Well, you can ask me in the form of a question.
Are they going to be all sports questions?
What is yes? But what kind of question is that, Crowder? What do you think? ESPN is launching an equestrian.
Well, that's a sport.
Oh, that is a sport.
Yeah. So do you understand?
You were close.
You understand this question?
No, it's all pharmaceutical. That's the way you do it. I was just doing that for you.
Thank you.
Because you got to be, just disgusted. No, it's breakfast cereals. What are we doing?
But a little spin, a little curve.
Yeah, it's called Jeopardy.
Curve
This
ball.
one's on ESPN. Yeah, the curveball is Jeopardy. Go watch Jeopardy. You might see a question about anything. This one, the curveball, is that it's all sports. It's on ESPN.
Double Jeopardy. Yeah. Highest grossing cereal ever.
What?
Huh?
That's Jeopardy.
Curveball.
Yeah, curveball.
Speaking of coaches, apparently Todd Golden, you know who that is, Crowder?
I don't.
That's Mike White.
That's Mike White. That's who Crowder thinks Todd Golden
is Mike
coach.
White.
Yeah, that's the Florida coach. If Steve Kerr ends up leaving Golden State, that's who people are expecting to take over. The question is, will Steve Kerr leave Golden State? I don't know if you guys saw at the very end of that playing tournament game, which they lost, the second one in Phoenix, he grabbed Steph Curry and Draymond. And he said, hey, whatever happens here, I love the hell out of you guys. Kind of made it seem like he was on the outs.
This guy says, the way these guys bleep on the Heat, you'd think they're Boston or New York guys. SMH. He's talking to you, Solana. We've had a conversation with Solana about the way he bleeps on them and Bam. And hopefully by next season, we'll have it corrected.
Tighten up.
Bam is a scorer, by the way, Hawk. I'm glad you're finally coming around on that.
Where do his props start next season? Where they finished this season at 20.5, or where they started this season at 17.5?
Depends on the moves they make.
Valid.
We go,
valid.
like y'all got me going. I thought about this at 4 a.m. last night, Donovan Mitchell. I didn't know Donovan Mitchell was on the table.
I don't think he is.
But y'all teased me with it, so now it's on my mind. If we get Donovan Mitchell, it's back to 15.
Can I satisfy you with a Zion Williamson?
You can. No, Jack. That's just groceries and full sugar Pepsi. I think it depends on what the roster looks like. But I think he'll be in the high teens again.
What about Anthony Edwards?
You can't ask me that after last night. That
What
man
about
looked
Anthony
good.
Edwards?
How would you get Anthony Edwards?
If they end up losing in the first round, what if he causes a stink?
I don't think he will.
Man, I don't know.
I mean, there's no way they trade him, obviously, but I could dream, can I?
Yeah, but that's not. I mean, I haven't heard that bandied about anywhere.
No, it's not.
And if
it's
you
not
lose to
being
Denver
bandied
in
about.
the first round, is there much shame in that?
I mean, you're
You have to
a
get past them
superstar
at some point, yeah.
point. You've got to win,
Yeah.
and he got to 2 Western Conference Finals, lost in both of them. Now he's gonna. Look, they won yesterday, so who knows? But lose in the first round. He's in Minnesota.
Right.
There's no way he likes Minnesota.
Right. And I don't want to the texture. I don't want to bleep on the Heat. But he leaves Minnesota and he says, I got to be in Miami with Bam.
Oh, I think he would love that.
Really?
I think that's a 1-2 punch. Miami, first of all, coming from Minnesota, and Bam. Bam's the perfect 2. We've talked about that.
It.
Yeah.
But that would be the premier landing destination.
I'm not saying premier, but it would certainly be in the conversation.
He loves Miami.
No, he loves the city of Miami, but you're saying he's leaving Minnesota because they can't get past Denver in the West.
He wants to get out of the West. Get out of the West, come to Miami.
And also out of Minnesota.
Yeah.
So if you want to get out of Minnesota, I think you're going to take cold weather cities off the table, right? You might as well change your life.
Eric Spoelstra was his coach on Team USA, will be his coach on the Team USA national team as well.
Don't tease me. Y'all got me waking up at 4 a.m. for Donovan Mitchell. Now you're going to do this to me?
DJ texted me today that Anthony Edwards named his dog Ant Jr. Are you guys aware of this?
It's like he made him?
His dog's name is Ant Jr.
But he has kids.
Is that interesting? Like I couldn't figure, like he texted me and I'm like, do a lot of people name their pets after themselves?
Never heard that before in my life.
Ant Jr.
What kind of dog is it?
I don't know. I didn't even fact check the text from DJ. So
yeah, it's legit. His Ant Jr. has his own Instagram account. He's an English bulldog.
Appel has an Instagram account for his dog Wade.
Golden Boy Wade. His dog's adorable, man. Yeah. It really is.
That big ugly golden retriever?
Yeah.
Nobody likes that. That's golden retriever. So 1989.
They lived in an apartment complex, the Appels, and I don't know if this is common or not, where they would get a DNA sample of all the dogs in the building. And so if you didn't clean up after your dog, you'd get notified from the building.
Good.
This matches the DNA from your pet, and you are being fined X amount of dollars.
Good.
I'm sure I'm not getting this story right. There's a poo-poo play, man.
There's a
poo-poo diagnostic.
I don't know. I mean, I'm imagining they don't have to send it out to a lab. There's got to be some sort of like residential dog poop DNA matching.
This is CSI Miami for Boo Boo.
I'm telling you that this is when they lived in an apartment in Fort Lauderdale. As somebody puts, very common practice for about a decade now at most apartments.
Good.
Forensic files for Boo Boo.
Had no idea. That's fascinating.
It is, and that should be commonplace in every area throughout South Florida,
the world. We should be tracking everyone and everything they do.
Yep.
I mean, I want to know when the grocery cart is left out by someone's car. When you walk into Publix, you should have to give a DNA sample. And then you get a letter at home. Hey, we've matched your DNA to this cart that was left out by a car. You didn't bring it back, and now you're banned from Publix.
If I might tinkle on the seat at the gas station, I'm going to get a letter home that
Absolutely.
I tinkled
That's
on
right.
the seat.
Wipe it off.
Maybe I'm in a rush.
Well, I don't know what to tell you. That's why you got the letter.
There is somebody checking dog poo-poo outside the apartment.
Yeah.
Y'all think that's okay?
I mean, it doesn't bother me. Yeah, what are we invading the dog's privacy?
Yeah, put the sprinkler on, let it rinse down, grows the grass.
Disgusting, man. I had to do that yesterday. Somebody
you had to play with boo boo.
No, there's a lady that walks. You guys know I've told you I have that sign in my front and backyard in my house that says "Pick up after your dog." I have cameras watching because I'm sick and tired of opening up my gate to my backyard, and there's somebody else's dog poop in my backyard, in my front yard, somebody else's dog poop. Just pick it up. There's public areas all over my neighborhood with bags available, free bags. Pick it up.
You know what you got to do? Stand your ground.
Like the law in Florida?
Stand your ground.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
I don't know if what's going on. So it's a
good idea, DeSantis.
What's a male Karen? An Aaron?
Sure.
You have a sign that says "Pick up after your dog."
100%.
That's ridiculous, Solana. You're embarrassing all of us.
And it doesn't sound like it's working.
Yeah, it's making them right here, Fluffy.
Also, my cameras don't look at those areas. I only have the one camera in the back door, the front camera.
Funny is like if on that sign you duct tape one of those disposable cameras that you used to buy at CVS.
My camera's watching.
That would be a really funny bit, man. That would be funny. One of those disposable.
Dogs poop in my yard all the time. But I kidnapped the one that time years ago.
Stand your ground.
I stood my ground and kidnapped that dog.
Anything else in the headlines?
Los Madrileños, they play tonight. They got the Cards. They're looking to win this series. It's game 2 of 3.
Yeah, this one they're looking to win.
Win the series.
Yeah, they're looking to win this one because I wasn't certain. I didn't know. Next series, though, what? Look at
we'll figure it out when
they can win the series tonight. What's wrong with what I said? They can win the series tonight. They're looking to win the series tonight.
Yeah, tonight they're looking to win the series.
They can win it if they win a win tonight.
Just checking. I didn't know if they were looking to win the series or not. I'm glad you told us.
Y'all tired? Let's let this one go.
Who do they have next year? They go on the West Coast road trip, right?
Yeah, they got the Dodgers.
They got the Dodgers. They're looking to win 1 of 3.
They good. Let's let this go.
Your weather, it's 77 degrees. Tonight, the lows will be in the low 70s. That weather report was brought to you by Tornado Roofing and Contracting, helping keep your home and family safe when the storms roll in. Visit tornadoroofing.com for your free roof and window estimate.
All right. NFL draft day story from OJ McDuffy in the next segment. Everyone's invited to the Hard Rock Bet Party. Doesn't matter who you are. Your name is on the list. Sign up today. Double your winnings on your first 10 bets. Max $50. But you can double your winnings on your first 10 bets. So if you were going to win 100, you'll win 200. Download the Hard Rock Bet app. Make your first deposit. Get the party started today. On Hard Rock Bet, the double your winnings welcome offer is just the start. You also get new promos every day of the week. Open the app right now. See what you've got today. The NBA playoffs. More of it tonight. It's all about big moments, clutch shots, superstar performances. Hope you didn't tail me on the Max Strus over because that was a loser. That was dead on arrival. All games. I mean, there's so much to bet on. Every night you've got a shot to cash in on Hard Rock Bet, the official sportsbook partner of the Miami Heat, by the way. Maybe you like the hot hand to drop 30 tonight or a big man to control the glass with a double-double, point guard to dish out 5 assists. However you draw it up, Hard Rock Bet gives you tons of ways to stack your picks into an epic same-game parlay. And if you watched Ottawa last night, the most electrifying playoffs in sports is here. Every night is a shot to light the lamp on Hard Rock Bet, from puck lines to totals to player props, same-game parlays. I mean, they do it all, and there is action every night. And, of course, baseball back in full swing. Miami's looking to win the series. Maybe you don't want to bet the entire game. You just want to bet if a run's going to be scored in the first inning. Yes, run first inning, Yerfie. No run first inning, nerfy. You can bet that. That's a quick payoff, big excitement. That's baseball accelerated. It all starts with you downloading the Hard Rock Bet app right now. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about your gambling? Call or text 1-833-PLAY-WISE.
You're listening to the Hawk, Crowder, and Solana Show.
Are we going to do the big open for?
I'll let you decide, Hawk. If you want it, I got it.
You want to play the big open for this NFL Draft Day story? It's Robbie the Degenerate on vocals, and it's terribly produced. And
this is amazing. I got to hear it again. I heard it yesterday.
Well, we do this when the draft is approaching, and when we made the open, Robbie the Degenerate was still here at the radio stations. That had to be what, 8 years ago?
2019.
2019, so 7 years ago. Here is the big open for NFL Draft Day stories.
NFL Draft Stories. On the ground.
It sounds like we just woke him. What do you want me to do? Like NFL Draft Day stories?
Solana went in the lab.
Not my best work, admittedly.
He's like, you know what? This needs something. The ESPN draft sound. Now I've got the Mona Lisa. It was missing something. Here it is. OJ McDuffy telling us his draft day story. So we're telling draft stories all this week. Now, OJ was a first-round pick. You thought you were going to be a first-round pick. You end up going third round, and so draft day for you, disappointing. If you've been listening all week, obviously I've told this over and over. Yeah. We had Gino Torretta on Monday, Heisman Trophy winner. Now, I thought he knew he was going to go late in the draft. He didn't. This was revelatory to me because I said, did you expect to go? He went in the 7th round. He said, no, hell no. I was the freaking Heisman Trophy winner, and he could still rattle off everyone that was drafted in front of him. Josh Booty was a good quarterback at LSU. He went in the 6th round, and he rattled off everyone that was taken in front of him. You know every linebacker that was taken in front of you.
Every single one of them. Odell Thurman, Lofa Tatupu, I know them all. But it's funny because I say people assume that draft day is positive for every player. I would say majority of guys have a black cloud, a negative thought of their draft day.
Randy McMichael yesterday shared with us his draft night because he didn't go till the 4th round, thought he was going to go least by the 2nd round. Yeah. He said his draft night was on the porch with chitlins, alcohol.
The case of champagne that they wanted to celebrate with turned into morning champagne.
Tears.
Yep.
He said actual tears.
And family fights.
Everybody was on edge. And so OJ McDuffy, though, I'm imagining had a different experience because he went in the 1st round.
But he went in the 20s.
Right. Now, maybe he thought he was going 10.
The 3rd pick of the draft. I'm guaranteeing
Let's bring him on. Hello, OJ. It's hard to sit there on hold and not be able to respond to all that nonsense.
Oh, that was good stuff, man. Good to Channy. Six seasons, right? You can give it away when it's been 6 seasons ago. Channy with Game of Thrones.
Oh, yeah, you can give him 6 years. Drew, 6 years ago?
I don't know, OJ.
Ned Stark's got his damn head cut off in front of his 2 daughters.
You're doing it again. You're doing it again.
Arya and Sansa was there.
Spoiler alert. Knock it off. Knock it off. Now, your draft day, did you expect to go? Did you just say to yourself, hey, I want to go 1st round, and if I go 1st round, I'm going to be thrilled? Or what was your experience?
Yeah, draft day for me was a little different because I thought about coming out my junior year. And my junior year, I was projected late 1st round, early 2nd round. So that's why I went back for my last year at Penn State. And I pretty much majored in football that last fall. I had 2 classes on Tuesday and Thursday. They were centered around Young and the Restless, Bold and Beautiful, and As the World Turns. So I held 1 class out to get my degree just so I can, hopefully solidify my spot, in the 1st round. And, with that being said, I was projected originally mid-1st round. Then I got hurt in the Japan Bowl, and so that kind of slid me back down to late 1st round, early 2nd round projection. But I was very lucky, at the end to get to Miami Dolphins. I think it was 25th, but I thought I was going to San Diego at 22nd. That's what I was hearing the whole time. So it was like 1st round. I actually slept through the first half of the 1st round because I knew I wasn't going to be one of those guys. I had no chance of going top 15 at that point, with I think Curtis Conway was the 1st wide receiver taken, Sean Dawkins the 2nd wide receiver taken, I think at 15, I knew I was the third guy on everybody's board. I knew that wasn't coming into the 20s. So I was actually asleep. So I was at Penn State's blue-white game the night before, and I drove back to Cleveland, tired, maybe a little hungover, and I just slept until my name got called.
Juice, why did Curtis Conway and Sean Dawkins? What's going on there, bro? Third receiver taking? You better than those dudes, ain't you?
Well, Curtis Conway, he was running that 4.3, that low 4.3, you know, and that was us blazing. Still today it's blazing. You know, I mean, he played at USC. You know, he was a hell of a wide receiver in Chicago. Took him, and then Sean Dawkins, he played at Cal. I believe it was at Cal, yeah. And he's a big guy. You know, could run as well, and I think he went to the Colts at I think 15 or something like that. So my size and my not lack of speed, but not the burner, that kind of put me in that third receiver tier. But you know what though, you know, saying the playmaking ability, man. I always argue about the playmaking ability that they didn't have. You know, that was my big beef.
OJ McDuffy is with us. So it kind of played out the way that you had expected. So how did it work? What your phone rings? Do you answer? Who is it?
Yeah, actually, I only had one phone call, and it was Don Shula, Miami Dolphins, asking if I wanted to be a Dolphin. You know, and I was like, hell yeah, and I didn't say that. I was like, yeah,
yes, sir.
Yeah, absolutely, sir, Mr. Shula, sir. You know, it was really strange though, because you know I wanted to go close to home. I'm from Cleveland, Ohio, so I grew up a Browns fan. You know, so I want to stay in close to Ohio. I wanted to go close to school, which meant you know from Penn State or the Eagles, you know, or Pittsburgh. I wanted to go warm. And the thing about us, we had just played in the Blockbuster Bowl against Stanford. So I love South Florida. You know, we came down here as well my sophomore year and played against Florida State in the Blockbuster Bowl. So South Florida was like, man, that'd be great. So as a wide receiver, of course you want to go warm. And then, you know, get the call from Coach Shula, who had no idea the Dolphins had me on their radar. I mean, that was just the best call I could imagine. At that point, going warm and playing for Dan Marino and Don Shula after leaving Joe Paterno on Penn State, I mean, it was a blessing.
And we just talked to Ronnie, you know, a couple minutes ago. He was talking about 2005 getting drafted in the first round. As soon as he walked across the stage and he hugged Paul Tagliabue, then he went to fly to Miami from New York. How was your draft day? Were you at the draft after they called your name? What was the next 48 hours like?
Yeah, that's a great question. Actually, I was in Cleveland, Ohio, with my mom. You know, and we were waiting for the draft. There was a small, TV crew there. A young lady went to my high school, wanted to record the experience. Nobody at my school ever got drafted. Well, we had one guy get drafted in football, but nobody had the expectation of getting drafted so high. So we had a little small TV crew there that was recording the whole thing. And once I got drafted, I'd gotten a typhoon from one of these agents. I paid him back.
You were paying him back, Juice?
I paid him back.
You a good dude, man. You know that wasn't a contract now. You don't got to pay back every agent.
I didn't have to, but I did it anyways, man. You know, it just made me feel good about it. And got in the car and I drove down to my hometown of Marion, Ohio, man. And we kicked it like nobody's ever done it in that town, man. It's like it was so much fun. You know, everything's so cheap there. You know, the food, the beers and everything, man. I hadn't got a dime yet. I still had a couple bucks from that agent, and we had a nice little party, man.
Man, I just can imagine, because then you got to come in and do the media rounds, because the first round pick, that's the money pick. That's the one everyone wants to talk to on the radio. Every local sportscaster wants to sit down with. Your life changes in an instant, no?
Yeah, so here's what happened. Columbus, Ohio is about 45 minutes from my hometown. So they brought over a few satellite trucks over from Columbus, and I did a couple live hits from my hometown of Marion, Ohio. And that was my first introduction to South Florida. You know, so I did a couple live hits from there, you know, and just get my name out, because a lot of guys, like you said, Teddy, they get on a plane right away now, and they're in that town right away. Now, me, I was gonna kick it for a couple more days before I actually came down, you know. And think about it, our draft was on a Sunday. First round was on a Sunday back when I played, so it started Sunday at noon. It wasn't as big a thing as it is now. So I waited till they had a mini camp coming up that next week. So I came in that following week. And you were talking about Stu, my man Stu. Stu was the first guy that I saw in the Dolphin organization. He took me up from the airport after a very well-known airline lost my luggage. Stu picked me up.
You can't lose a first-round pick's luggage.
Right away, man. What's the first impression, right, huh? First impression.
That's
South
just
Florida,
wrong,
I have
man.
no luggage, man. So Stu took me. We had a banquet that night. Stu picked me up. We went and got I went and got a tuxedo.
A rental.
Yeah, rental. And
like the blue one and the powder blue one in Dumb and Dumber.
It wasn't quite Dumb and Dumber. It wasn't quite Dumb and Dumber. But I felt Dumb and Dumber as I was walking across the stage, overdressed like a bug. You know what I mean?
You got a tuxedo. That is great, man. That's excellent.
And Juice, you were talking about the money, man. The story, I took out $1 million credit line, bro. I was dumb. I had my first round evaluation, so I went and got me $1 million. I spent about $200. I gave the rest back. I told him don't worry about it. I don't need it. Don't need it anymore.
Wait, there's a better story there because he gets drafted in the 3rd round. He has taken out a credit line for, believing he's going to go in the 1st round.
Yes.
And then he calls the bank and says, I don't want it anymore. And they're like, well, that doesn't matter. Like, just don't use it. And he's like, no, but I don't want it.
Cut it off.
Cut it off. But
I want to lose your number, and I want us to be settled. I know I owe you $237,000, but you take that and eat that, and I don't need any more conversations with you, and we're good.
They weren't accepting that, were they?
It was half of my signing bonus.
Well, that was quite a few years, probably a decade after me, Channing. So I had a couple bucks. My mom worked at the bank, and I got a small loan on future earnings from the bank that that was going to be projected where I was. And I went through and I got that, but fortunately I did sign my deal pretty early. I think I signed in April, and I got here's the funny thing about my sign bonus. I got $1 million signing bonus in the 1st round. I was ecstatic, right? But when I got the check, it said it's like 600-something thousand. I'm like, wait a minute, I'm supposed to get $1 million. I was so stupid. I thought they'd go take FICA and all this other stuff. So I was like, I was stupid. Man.
You're like, how much did that tux cost?
I was with Vernon Carey. We were with Cliff Floyd. We were with a bunch of dudes talking about the first time we ever saw $1 million check, and we know it's going to be between 630 and 640, and it just eats you up to see 600,000 on $1 million check.
off rip is gone, man, which is probably good because for future that was pretty good, man. But it was a great experience, man. And coming to South Florida, I mean, I couldn't ask for a better situation, man. Playing with Danny and getting to learn from Irvin and those guys. And the thing about it too was I came into a crowded wide receiver group. Irvin Fryer and Mark Ingram and Tony Martin. We had just Duke was still on the team. We had just traded Clayton away, so it was really a crowded field of wide receivers. But my first job down here was as a return guy, so I was cool with that.
OJ McDuffy is with us. When did you have like that pinch me moment? Is it on the flight down to Miami? Because you're thinking about catching balls from Dan Marino. I mean, that has to be a moment where you're like, holy hell, like I'm going to be catching footballs from Dan Marino.
Yeah, I think when I walked in that locker room for that first mini camp, you see all these guys at St. Thomas, man, all these, I was playing like Tecmo Bowl in those video games. Keith Marino on that game and Keith Byers, Jackson, and I was like, damn, these are dudes I was just playing in my, my apartment in college with, and now I'm on their team. And that was that moment right there, man, where you like realize that for one, you made it, but then when you go out there in that field for that first practice, you see the speed of the game. You see how athletic these guys are. You see the DBs out there, getting you up to where they are. In college, you got away every other week with a team that didn't have a talented DB. In the pro level, anybody can say a guy is sorry in the pros, but they're pros. And that was the way I felt, that first day out there in training camp or mini camp going against those guys, man. So it was like, it was time to go to work. And that was the first day I actually called football work when I stepped on that field in mini camp and had to go to battle against those guys. It was work the whole way through.
That is an excellent NFL Draft Day story. We do this every year around this time. So we have others to come. We have Brady Quinn, Gino Torretta. We have who's the Hurricanes running back?
Otis Anderson,
OJ Anderson. We have some really good ones. Anyway, we'll take a break. 4:00 hour is next.
You're listening to the Hawk, Crowder, and Solana Show.
Are you wearing khakis right now, Joe?
I get to the stock market report here in 1 second. I had an issue during the commercial break, and Crowder was pointing out to me, but this is something that has haunted me my entire life. My brain doesn't work like many people's brains. I don't have the ability, when I think of something being mechanical, even on the most rudimentary level, it doesn't register with me.
Yeah.
My wife can look at something and say, oh, this is how the mechanism works.
Yes.
I cannot do that. I don't have the ability to do that. And when we went to the commercial break, Crowder dumped out his bag of goods from the gas station. And he said, do you want anything? I've got Coke Zero in here. I've got Nerds or whatever. So I wanted some Nerds. And I opened the box of Nerds and took some. And he just got back into the studio and cannot believe how I opened said box of Nerds.
Because you opened it like a primate. You rip the whole top off the box. You can see there's mechanisms to close and open
I
the
can't.
Nerd box.
I can't see that.
But what do you mean? Like you tore it open in the middle? What the hell are you doing, Hawk?
Hold that up to the camera.
He just ripped the box open.
I don't know.
Like a wild dad, like a raccoon that would find a box of Nerds and just want to get to the candy.
Yeah, I don't know how to, like, it just, my brain does not function the way many people's.
But what about reading? Now that I'm looking at it, number one,
I'm going to read a
pull
box.
Pull tab here. Number two, slide.
Well,
Wow.
I'll tell you, if it said pull tab here, I would not have been able to figure that out. I am stymied by pull tab here. No joke. I'm not even making that up.
Oh, it's an
pull
arrow
tab here. It just, because certain packages now get delivered, and Lori will say to me, like from Amazon, well, why didn't you just pull that? It's going to open right up. And I open it and all the asbestos flies out, that packing in those packing envelopes. And
who opens Nerds like this?
Now, admittedly,
what can I do with this? I have to eat them now.
I said to Crowder, admittedly, I've never bought Nerds before. So this was my first attempt.
You've never bought Nerds before?
No.
What life do you live?
Don't buy them anymore because you're gonna spoil all of them. Opening the box like this first tabs.
Yeah, but also, Crowder, what are you doing? You're putting that in your pocket for later? I mean, just eat it. It's candy. Just eat it.
But how can what if I don't want every Nerd in the box right now because he opens up stuff like a raccoon?
Oh, what are you gonna do? Take it home, put it in your nightstand for later?
I will, because I have plenty of candy in my nightstand.
Yeah. It's just,
this was crazy.
I know. I had to take a picture of it and send it to Lori because, she makes fun. I don't understand how things function on a mechanical level. I don't have that ability.
How can you know songs from 1941?
I know.
And you can't read pull tab here.
I can read it. It just doesn't register. It doesn't mean anything.
The big ass white arrow that says pull tab here. You didn't.
I feel like I pulled a tab or something. I feel like
you jammed your pointer finger in the side of my Nerd box.
I feel like a tab was pulled. Omar Kelly texts me, Nerds is top 5 candy.
Thank you. Oh, but not these aren't, because I gotta eat. I pour them down my throat now.
He says, how could you never have eaten them before? No, I've eaten Nerds before, but it's, Crowder will bring in, but usually it's a big bag, or there's those Nerd clusters. Those come in a bag. This is a little box.
This little box perplexed you.
And
you didn't know what to do.
I'll tell you why I've never bought a box of Nerds before, because I probably looked at the box and I said, I'm not going to understand how to open this. I'm not even kidding you.
This isn't the Da Vinci Code.
It is for me.
It's a tab and a slide.
I'm telling you, my brain doesn't work that way. I'm being honest with you.
Well, you owe me $1.59. Let's just go and call it even. We'll settle up. We'll call it even.
Nerds rope is the best version of the Nerds candy.
Yeah, because it doesn't come in this tiny little box that no one can open.
No one can open. Nerds have failed on their packaging because you want to open
These
it.
Nerds will never last.
You are a possum trying to get in this candy box. This is crazy.
Yeah. I can't even argue it. I know it's a weakness of mine.
What directions?
Stock market report. Yes.
Lori is an angel.
When she says, like, do we have what's that weird screwdriver that's really like a
Allen wrench?
stick or something?
A stick.
You know, where it's like octagonal and you
a wrench.
Yeah.
Octagonal.
Yeah.
And you dip it in a termite mound and suck off the termites. What are you talking about?
What are you talking about? You know, when you're putting furniture together from like yeah.
It's a wrench.
A wrench.
Yeah. She'll say to me, "Hey, grab one of those. What's it called?
Wrench."
But no, not a wrench. It's you stick it in there.
The Allen wrench.
Yeah.
The one that turned like an L and
Right.
it has
Yeah. You can use the long side or the short side.
Allen wrench.
Yeah. She'll be like, "Go grab an Allen wrench." I go, "What is that?" She goes, "You're 56 years old. We've used this on 5 billion items." I go, "You're going to have to come show it to me in the toolbox because I don't know what you're talking about. My brain doesn't work with stuff like that."
You've used an Allen wrench.
I have.
But you don't know what an Allen wrench is.
I don't.
You know what a hammer is?
A hammer, I know.
A nail?
But it took me 10 years of marriage to know the difference between a flathead and a Phillips screwdriver. Now, I wouldn't admit it, but I just always knew I had a 50-50 chance of coming back with the right one.
So the flat part of the flathead didn't click?
Didn't register with me until she pointed it out about a decade into the marriage. Let me show you why the flathead screwdriver is called a flathead screwdriver. And then it made sense.
But why doesn't the flathead have a cool little nickname like the Phillips?
Right. Or why don't they call the Phillips the star-tipped?
Right.
You know, like why don't they make it a little more?
Because it has 4 sides. Stars have 5.
Well, not always.
Well, who's Phillips?
You got to draw a star. What are y'all talking about?
I'm not certain that the Phillips only has 4. So how about that? Depends what kind you buy.
You buy a 11-head Phillips head screwdriver.
Well, I don't buy any screwdrivers unless it's at Funky Buddha and it has orange juice in it.
I know. You better give me $2 before I leave the studio today because you ruined my box of nerds.
Why didn't they call the flathead like the John's screwdriver?
Right.
Or the Sebastian screwdriver?
But the flathead happens to be properly named. Why call the star screwdriver the Phillips?
But which one came first, the Phillips or the flathead? My guess is the Phillips came first because it's got the little cute name.
No. It's
like a caveman is going to make a 4-pronged screwdriver.
Right. No, Phillips. Some guy said, "Hey, the flathead. This is." I don't even know why they have Phillips. You can get a little more torque.
That's exactly. You know the word torque and don't know Allen wrench?
I just use context clues. It seemed like the perfect spot to use torque. Anytime a man, he's like showing you how to tighten something or whatever, if you yell out torque, they think you know what you're talking about. Yeah. Oh, how's it? You got torque on that? All right. Context clues.
Yeah, NASCAR garage.
Oh, look at that. Our promotions department, they're putting stuff up on the walls out here. I wonder if they're using a flathead or a Phillips.
Go ask him. That's Isaac. I met him today.
Oh, yeah? Isaac!
Leave Isaac alone.
The stock market report is sponsored by Anajar and Levine, accident attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE, 1-800-747-3733. Dow Jones down 293 points. S&P 500 down 45 points. NASDAQ down 144 points. Get it back tomorrow. Somebody says, Hawk, I believe you're full of bleep. He's just messing with you guys. Nope. You could look at the nerds box.
Are you watching the video? This is how he opens nerds.
And I did admit, I'm being 100% honest. I didn't open it going, I'm just going to rip it open. I was trying to open it the right way as to not embarrass myself. And it was his box of candy. So I didn't want to just leave a big wreck. So I flipped a part of it that I thought was the proper part to be flipped. It didn't seem to get me anywhere. So I dug my finger in a little bit.
I saw the finger dig.
But I literally,
This was you trying.
Yes, not only trying, but out of my way. I normally wouldn't, like if I had bought the candy, it wouldn't have mattered. But because it was yours, I was honestly trying harder than I would normally try to open it properly because I didn't want this situation to happen.
This is ridiculous. Is that why you stare at people work at the house? But do you
amazed
watch?
by them.
Do you learn by watching workers?
No, I am, and like today, like I'm so happy I'm not there. I love leaving and coming back, and it's like magic that they were able to do something that literally you could give me 10 years to pull, like the stuff Lori even suggests, where it's like, we were enlarging one wall and there was a cabinet in there. And she's like, tell them to pull the cabinets out and we can save it as a pantry on the other side of the refrigerator where there's space on the wall. And I'm like, you can't pull a cabinet out and save it. And she's like, what are you talking about? And it happens to be one of the best features of the apartment is when she did that. This was like 2 years ago. But like, I just don't understand that stuff. It doesn't add up to me.
You think the pantry is a support wall?
I don't know. I don't know. It just feels like, how could you pull it out as a whole unit? You just have to bash things with a sledgehammer to get it out, because even like we're replacing the countertops in the kitchen right now, but we're keeping the cabinets. And I'm like, how do you keep the cabinet? How are you going to get the countertops off?
Lift.
It seems implausible to me. Headlines, because we have to have time for Talk About It Tuesday. Headlines are brought to you by Durrell Volkswagen. You always pay less with your Pricito at Durrell Volkswagen. Visit them at Durrell Volkswagen or DurrellVolkswagen.com.
You're not alone, Hawk. I don't understand any of this either.
Listen, I remember your drill story. I know this is one of my allies. I know he's not jumping in, and he loves to jump in on a situation like this when I'm just ripe for beating up. This is what he waits for, but he's unable to.
How much did that drill cost?
I spent $387 on 2 drills, not just one, 2 drills. And I was back at the Home Depot the following day with the receipt in hand to return it like a big dummy.
Man, people, workers love y'all.
Man.
They say that number with a question mark at the end. 387? No problem, sir. Oh, I got it.
The thing is that it's one of those things, like, I feel like I can BS my way through any conversation. These are the conversations I can't. I called an electrician yesterday because I'm thinking of I'm thinking of getting an electric vehicle. But it only makes sense for me if I have the wall charger like built in at home.
Right.
So I could charge it at home. But I don't know anything about
Unless you
that.
have to go sleep at Wawa.
I don't know anything about that. And so I called an electrician yesterday, one that was recommended to me. And I said, hey, can you just quote me? How much would it cost for you if I bought the machine, which is like $400 and $500 to install it? And he said, well, do you have space in your breakers? And I said, what's my breaker? Like, I know what the breaker is, Crowder, but how do I know if I have space in there?
Well,
like
that one, literally, if there's space, like if there's not, if there's not the switches.
Y'all don't try to problem solve, do you?
No.
Does the breaker have switches? Open the little gray door. Okay, there's 4 spots on the bottom left-hand corner. I have more space for the EV. Yes, Josh, I can have an EV space.
Yeah.
Y'all don't troubleshoot?
Yeah, not with electricity.
You see?
Not with electricity. I don't mess around
What
with
about the AC? When you can put the hose in that little hole in the white pipe
Stop
outside.
it. Are you kidding?
Come on, man. You don't do that.
When the AC floods, all you got to do is put your hose in that little white pipe outside, blow it out, and all the
call
slime
the place
comes
that
out.
was there before.
Why would I do that if they only charged me $1,500 to fix it?
Man, y'all please start calling me first, because I might be able to retire off of y'all.
Yeah. Lori, when she married me or started dating, because she's very handy, like she can do anything, ceiling fans, toilet, like she is just handy. Yeah, all that stuff. She literally could not believe my ineptitude when it came to, rudimentary stuff. I've told you the story before. This is like a month into dating. My right hand to God. She goes, I'm driving her in my car. She's like, the front window is so dirty, but can put the washer fluid on. And I go, I'm out. And she goes, well, why don't you put new washer fluid in? And I go, well, I don't need an oil change yet. She goes,
coincide.
She goes, well, what does one have to do with the other? I go, when I go to Jiffy Lube, they change the fluids and they add wiper fluid if I don't have any. She goes, you have to be kidding me. You don't know how to change wiper fluid? And I go, oh my God, have you ever opened one of these engines? There's a million. And she's like, no, there's really not. And there's really only one spot where the wiper fluid could go.
With the windshield and the little spray stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and to this day, I feel like such a man. Like I make sure if I need wiper fluid that I change it at the gas station where I bought the wiper fluid, so they see me open the hood and pour it in like I'm a man.
To teach the lady a lesson inside. Y'all are ridiculous.
Yeah.
So I moved into my house 2 years ago. Our garage is still filled with all like the paintings from our old house because I don't know how to put up things on the wall.
I got a guy, Scott. That's who I use to hang everything in my house.
And Scott is an amazing amazing worker. He set up my whole Starlink. That's why I have great connection. You don't need Scott to slam a nail in the wall and put the little string over top.
I said to him, I had texted him the other day. I go, I'm almost done with all this construction in the house. I'm going to need you. And he's like, oh, what do you need? And I'm like, I've got like 4 pictures to be hung. He goes, you know that I do like massive technological upgrades at huge businesses.
Mm-hmm.
And I go, I know, but for me, you'll hang my pictures, right?
Scott went in my roof and linked everything up to a satellite.
Yeah.
And you're having him hang a picture?
Yeah, he's good at it.
You're good at it.
Nah, you got to know your wheelhouse. I know my wheelhouse.
Can you send me his number, Hawk? I've got a couple faux Van Goghs that I got to hang up in the Solana household.
Like I have like there's certain wheelhouses. Nothing in my refrigerator will ever go out of date. I'm on top of it. I see something going out of date, right in the garbage. That's my wheelhouse. You want to know if the milk is bad? I got a good sniffer.
You know.
Some people, they got to taste it or whatever. I got a good sniffer. I know if the milk is bad. Like, you got to know your wheelhouse. That's my wheelhouse.
Reading expiration dates?
Reading, just being aware of it, though. Never allowing it to get out of hand.
Okay. I've seen this coffee creamer a lot.
Right. Like, I'm aware of these things.
That's a good quality, though, man, because you don't want to be at somebody's house. They offer you something to drink.
God. That's my gauge.
Right.
That's my gauge. I go over to someone's house. I always get into the fridge. Let me grab a soda, whatever it is. I'm looking at the salad dressing dates because if they're 3 years out of date, I know I can't trust anything in your house.
Right.
Nothing.
Can't touch it.
Nothing.
Don't eat my balsamic vinaigrette then. Skinny girl. 03.
It's like you ever go to over somebody's house and you go grab a mug and that mug still has like water stains in it.
Yeah, you got to get out of there.
Yeah, I just put the mug right back.
Yeah,
They'll be like, oh, I'll wash that. Like, nah, I'm good.
Nah, it's fine. I'm not even thirsty.
Dirty foundation.
Somebody texts in, I can barely see the road. I am laughing so hard. This is my poor wife's life, sir.
This is crazy.
Oh, my God. When we first got married, she forced me to buy a stick shift BMW for her. She wanted one of those little, remember those little, like, I think M5s or whatever.
The little M's, the little buzz around.
And I'm like, but I can't drive it. And she's like, I'll teach you. It's not hard at all. I mean, I still have nightmares over trying to drive this stick shift car.
You can't drive a stick shift at this current date.
No.
Hawk.
No, I could land a plane though, because I watched. Because I can work a yaw. I can work a yaw. I can work a yaw.
If you have to escape from a situation, you jump in the car and it's a stick shift, you're stuck.
I am stuck.
You make it sound like
2026.
Everybody drives automatic manual vehicles.
But it's a part of life.
Not anymore.
At what point? At what point? Every car in the United States is automatic.
Four-wheelers, motorcycles. You have to learn how to use a clutch.
You have to ride a motorcycle. No one rides motorcycles.
Three-wheelers, ATVs. You have to learn how to use a clutch.
Huh.
Y'all don't know how to use a clutch?
It just seems dumb to me.
To learn how to drive something?
No, but it just seems dumb to have all these extra things that you have to do when you don't need to do that.
Left foot toe?
But why?
Right foot
the
toe.
car works fine on its own.
Goodness gracious. Who are y'all?
Who are you?
I'm a man.
Let me get some nerds.
No, don't touch my nerds. What are you going to throw them on the floor now? Here you go. They're yours. $2.
I feel like I opened them just fine. All right, you got to do headlines because we got to have time for Talk About It Tuesday.
All right, let me read you the NBA playoff schedule. The 76ers will be in Boston. It's game 2. The Celtics lead that series 1-0. Spoiler alert, the Celtics will win that series. 7 o'clock is your tip time. The Blazers will play the Spurs
Will they lose
tonight.
a game?
It's a good question.
No, they're running them off the court, right?
I think the Sixers will get one.
No Embiid for the entire series?
Well, I saw Embiid's ramping up. He's starting like his ramp-up phase. Remember he had, what's that called, appendicitis?
Oh, is that what he's out with?
Yeah.
Oh.
Hey, does he ever really ramp up? He's missed more games than he's played.
Kind of feel bad for him. He's never healthy for the playoffs.
No, you shouldn't.
No, not his fault that he got appendicitis.
Maybe not.
It's not his fault. There's nothing you can do to prevent
hydrate.
Appendicitis.
I don't have Have you had appendicitis?
I have not.
Me neither. Solana?
Never had appendicitis.
You're blaming Joel Embiid for his own appendicitis?
Do things right, Hawk. I keep a strong foundation.
Spurs and the Blazers at 8, and then the Lakers are going to play the Rockets. The Lakers won that game. LeBron played really well. Dude's 40 years old or whatever he is. 10:30 p.m., and I just saw that Kevin Durant is questionable for the game today. He missed game 1. Your weather, the Marlins who play tonight, by the way, listen to them right here on this station. They'll play the Cardinals at 6:40. Your weather in South Florida right now, it is 77 degrees. Tonight, the lows are going to drop into the low 70s. That weather report was brought to you by Tornado Roofing and Contracting. Storm season is coming. Make sure your home is ready. Get your free roof and window estimate today. Visit tornadoroofing.com.
Did you get my hand signals?
That was a garage door.
Yeah.
That was good.
How about that?
Yeah.
All right. We're going to play Talk About It Tuesday in the next segment. I'm going nowhere.
If your garage door is outdated, damaged, or not hurricane ready, you can't wait now. Call Allied Doors. They've been serving South Florida since 1966. That's 60 years of trusted family-owned service. Don't wait now. Y'all know y'all live in a neighborhood where you got beautiful homes and then the garage doors get beautiful, get just not be beautiful. They're garbage garage doors, and you got to be ready for hurricane season. Huge in-stock inventory, same-day service at Allied Doors. You got to give them a call. Custom impact-rated doors built to protect and upgrade that home. You got to have it beautiful, and it has to be functional. That's why they use industry-leading LiftMaster openers. If you haven't seen a LiftMaster and you got that old one that makes all the noise and your garage door takes 45 seconds to open, check out the LiftMaster. I'm telling you, they are built to perform. We have my personal home, me and my wife, our homesteaded home, and investment properties. We always have Allied Doors come out and watch out for us. And if you have anything going on, outdated, damaged, or not hurricane-ready doors, call Allied Doors today, 954-942-8550, or visit allied-doors.com. Mention this ad and you get $300 off. Don't wait. Call Allied Doors today.
You're listening to the Hawk, Crowder, and Solana Show.
Marlins pitching coach is visiting Yuri right now. I'll give you $10 if you know the pitching coach's name.
Sam.
Hey. All right, we're going to do a little Talk About It Tuesday here. And you might have been tipped off on that by hearing Talk. Are we going to bring Jimmy in for Talk About It Tuesday?
I vote no.
I vote yes.
Talk About It Tuesday is brought to you by Miami Lakes Chevrolet, where you walk in as a customer and drive out as a family. Go ahead, play the big open for Talk About It Tuesday.
On Tuesdays, Hawk and Crowder talk about it.
Pick 3 restaurants to eat at for the rest of your life.
Talk about it.
How often are you changing your toothbrush?
Talk about it.
Pecan or pecan?
Talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
All right, Solana, wow us with another good addition.
Yeah, you always do that. You set the bar a little too high.
No, you've been very good lately.
I've killed it for about a month.
Yeah.
I'll start you guys off with an easy one.
All right.
Today's National Chocolate-Covered Cashew Day. Not sure if any of you are fans of chocolate-covered cashews
I don't
or
know
not.
if I've ever heard of that before because a cashew is perfect on its own.
Well, the peanuts pretty good. Almonds good.
Well, that's the question. What is your favorite, or I should say, what is the best chocolate-covered nut?
Talk about it. You don't say D's.
Talk about it.
Talk about it.
Don't say. My anniversary just passed. I had a good answer.
Say it again. What is the best chocolate-covered nut?
Correct.
What is the best chocolate-covered nut? I guess it would be the... I mean, is a peanut M&M considered a chocolate-covered nut? I guess so.
I don't want to be that basic, but the peanut. Like
I don't really...
almonds?
I like nuts on their own.
Mm-hmm.
They don't need to be covered in chocolate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'll say peanut M&Ms, even though I don't like them. I prefer regular M&Ms.
Yeah, what are the real options? Like
I mean,
Hawk was saying, like
almonds-
cashews. It'll be almonds and peanuts.
A
What's-
pecan?
The
No,
but I don't think there's chocolate covered pecans, are there?
Of course there are.
Oh, in a turtle. Right? Aren't those turtles? Isn't that pecans in
Yeah.
them?
Pecans.
What are those fancy almonds called? Those in the movie Bridesmaids. Oh no. They're like candy coated, but also chocolate over them. It's a fancy almond.
Almond. Almond Joy?
No. There's
Candy
a
bar.
fancy chocolate almond. Somebody knows what it is.
It's like Brazil nuts. They don't cover in chocolate. There's a limited chocolate nut.
What's the almond in Bridesmaids? They're at the wedding dress store.
We ain't all watched that show.
That's a funny movie.
Jordan almonds?
Jordan almonds. Aren't those chocolate covered?
Never heard of that.
Jordan almonds. Yeah, I think they're covered in candy and chocolate.
Oh,
Yeah. You see
those
the
are called Jordan
Jordan
almonds?
almonds, yeah.
But those aren't better than chocolate covered.
No, I'm just trying to think of any chocolate covered nut.
A goober.
That's a peanut.
Yep. Chocolate covered peanut. Roasted peanut, to be exact.
It's peanut.
Yeah. Jimmy?
Dough nut.
I just like the confidence with which he delivered it. He's like, I'm about to kill him on this one. Yo,
100%.
not good choice. Solana?
Yeah, it's the goober. It's the peanut. Goobers are
Right,
on my
that's
Mount
fair.
Rushmore of candy
Yeah.
overall.
Oh, God, no.
No, that's terrible.
All right.
I think Jimmy won that one.
Yeah.
I would say.
All right. Point for Jimmy.
All right.
All right. For this next hypothetical, I want you guys to throw out all NBA cap rules, trading rules, just all of it. Okay. You're a general manager for an NBA team. This isn't necessarily the Miami Heat. This is just any NBA team, and pretty much anything goes in this hypothetical. Would you rather trade your next 20 first-round picks, 20 first-round picks for Victor Wembanyama, or you sign Kel'el Ware in free agency at a minimum contract?
Talk about it.
Talk about it.
Talk about it. Yeah, I mean, for me, it's not even a question. I'd give 50 years of first-round picks for Victor Wembanyama. So 20 first-round picks.
Is nothing.
Not even a
Nothing?
question. If I get a decade out of Wemby, it's worth a decade of not Wemby and no first-round picks. Like that one, I wouldn't even think about it.
I thought the second name was going to be Donovan Mitchell.
Right. It's got like
Giannis
Wemby
or
is a no-brainer. Make it someone else. Make it Anthony Edwards.
Anthony Edwards, Cooper Flag, even a young guy. I don't know, but Kel'el Ware
On a minimum deal. I mean, that's an incredible.
you just
That's a
said
huge
throw the
bargain.
salary cap out of the window, Solana. It's not a
I just
huge
meant
bargain.
trade rules.
Kel'el Ware is worth minimum money.
I mean,
Stop
honestly,
it.
what are you doing with
What is
Kel'el
Kel'el
Ware?
Ware
Like
worth?
that, I mean, that's so exciting to have him on a minimum deal.
I mean, you'd be getting him at a massive bargain.
Right, and he doesn't even like playing much when he's making money. Imagine 10 years from now when he's still on a minimum deal.
And you get to keep your 21st round picks
yeah, I'm all right.
It's a Hawks point,
for
Solana.
baby Wemby.
You get Wemby for 10 years at top level. He's going to win every award that the NBA has to offer, including a championship. And he's old now, and you have to be bad or decent for 7-8 years. Kel'el Ware.
Jimmy?
I'll take Wemby.
Man, I wanted you to say donuts so badly. No. Nuts.
He did, yeah. He cut those up.
Solana, if you say Kel'el Ware, I am honestly going to have your head examined.
Yeah, 20 first round picks for Wemby is ridiculous. I'm taking Kel'el Ware, and I'll package those 20 first round picks for something else, for 3 or 4 other players. You guys are crazy. 20 first round picks for Victor Wembanyama.
Yep.
Going to
And
give you
can't
5 good
package-
years.
You
max.
can't package 20 first-round picks because it's illegal.
Well, not in my hypothetical.
But your hypothetical was the minimum for Kel'el.
Is there anyone that you would trade 20 first-round picks for?
In the history of the NBA or right now?
In the history of the NBA.
Dwayne Wade.
All right, you have time for one more.
I'm trying to salvage that one. You guys didn't exactly seem too enthused with that one. This one, I'm putting your marriages to the test here.
All right.
For fun, obviously. But
Strong.
would you take this bet? All right. Would you take this bet? Your wife gets 100 shots to make one. It's an NBA three-pointer. So she gets 100 chances. All she has to do is make one NBA three-pointer. And if she makes it, you get $10 million.
Okay.
Okay? If she doesn't, if she goes 0 for 100, you die. Are you taking the bet?
Talk about it.
Talk about it.
Talk about it. I mean, you've got to make it something that at least we can think about. No, not for my life. What? Like, make it, I get $1 million, or if she misses all 100, I have to
Get a divorce.
in.
We gonna win on both sides of this, huh? Can I buy it down? Can I because Asia's gonna make one in the first 20. So can I get 100 million if she makes it 1 out of 20? Asia's gonna drain one
versus
of them.
versus for your life though.
Yes. Asia is a crazy athlete.
She's gonna make 1 of 20.
We were at Dave and Buster's last night. I scored 42 on Papa Shot. She scored 63. Asia's gonna hit one of these threes.
Lori is not.
I
don't know. All the things you were just telling us about Lori.
Well, and she does have the mind, like she'd figure it out. How do I need to get trajectory there? And she would go underhanded because we do have a basketball court at the apartment and it's indoor and she has before, but it's not pretty. But I wouldn't risk my life on it.
I'd risk my life.
Well,
they're
first
so
of all,
smart, they're gonna figure it out.
Based on my insurance and stuff, she's just launching balls into the window. She ain't even trying.
I didn't think about that life
Yeah,
insurance.
she's gonna knock me right out of there.
Asia might start rolling them towards the basket. So 86 more, huh?
Lori's gonna go, can I just dump the ball rack? Does that count as 20 shots?
I will seriously, I'd buy it down. Asia doesn't need 100. She don't need 100 to make one.
Wow. Jimmy?
No, I wouldn't do it.
Jimmy, you don't got an old lady though.
That's what I was expecting him to say. Hey, you know I'm not married, but like,
Or I could have just said donuts.
That would have been funny as well. Instead, you just pretended to have a wife.
But hypothetically, I would not do it.
I got you. Well, what if hypothetically though?
You married Asia Wilson.
Yeah. What if hypothetically you married a WNBA star? I saw.
I like my chances there.
I saw
Joanna Man.
No. Napoleon Dynamite. I saw who that dude pulled.
Yeah,
Jimmy, yeah, Jimmy could pull something.
I'll put you on, Jimmy.
Solana,
No chance. My fiance has 0 athletic ability, and I would die.
100 chances though.
Yeah, I don't think she tried playing volleyball at my small private school. Rode the pine 4 years. 4 years, rode the pine. Never got in.
Stop it. She never got in 4 years.
Never got in 4 years.
You're telling me you're the best athlete in your family and you were honorable mention.
Yeah, I might need to strap it up.
All right, there you go. Talk about it Tuesday. 5 o'clock, Funky Buddha Happy Hour is coming up. Make a plan to spend a day.
Might not want to make no children.
Wrap it up, not on.
You're the peak performance of the Solanas.
Yeah.
You're the highest ranking athlete in your family.
Yeah, you say that like it's a negative. Beat you in the 40, almost.
Almost. Make a plan to spend a day enjoying some horse racing at Gulfstream Park in beautiful Hallandale Beach. They have live racing Thursdays through Sundays through the entire month of April. Cirque du Soleil Lucia is currently playing. It runs through Saturday, so you only have a few more days to go out there and see Cirque under the big top at Gulfstream Park, but make sure you do so before it closes. Mark your calendars for the annual Kentucky Derby Trackside Watch Party, which is Saturday, May 2nd. You can get your tickets right now at gulfstreampark.com/events. Gulfstream Park, it's perfect for a day of racing and fun. Also a perfect venue for groups, events, and private parties. They host groups from 10 to over 1,000 people. Hey, make it a day at Gulfstream Park. Nothing better than some horse racing and the great sights and sounds and food at Gulfstream Park. Get all the details at gulfstreampark.com.
You're listening to the Hawk, Crowder, and Solana Show.
Woke up this morning, got me some gabagool. Then I woke up the next day and got some gabagool.
bilirubina.
Look at you.
How about that? See, I can't do anything around the house, but I can remember a Juan Luis Guerra song that I heard in college. That's crazy. That's crazy how my brain works. I don't even understand it.
You got to lock in.
I am on the song.
You got to lock in.
5 o'clock hour is the Funky Buddha Happy Hour, brought to you by our friends at Funky Buddha Brewery. Tonight, you can go play a little Texas Hold'em at the Tap Room in Oakland Park. I just saw, if you follow Funky Buddha on Instagram, they're having a NASCAR Talladega watch party on April 26th. And you got to get your, looks like you got to get tickets. Oh, no, maybe not. NASCAR watch party, 26. We're turning the volume up, and you watch it on the big screens there. They're going to have $4 pregame Pilsners, full sound on for the entire race. Oh, you can reserve your table if you go right to the Funky Buddha Instagram account, or just go to their website, and then you can reserve the table through Open Table, and then you can be there and enjoy it. So there you go. What else did I see on their Instagram? They're having a meetup with a medium on April 30th, Alexandria SAR. So you go there, you have a few beers, some good food, and you get to speak with a medium. What's a medium? Those are the ones that talk to the dead?
Yeah.
Yeah, make up stuff.
I don't know. Judge for yourself.
That's not true.
Are you a medium?
No, I'm not a medium, but I've spoken to a person who's no longer with us through a medium.
Oh, yeah?
Who?
That's between me and that dead person.
I was on the beach this weekend, and I walk into Carnival right on Ocean Drive, and walk in. We're hanging out. I sent it to Ryan Sense, and I was like, they got me for the entire afternoon because Funky Buddha IPA, the hop gun was on there.
That's your jam.
And I told Asia, I said, I'm staying here because they have my drink. She was like, no, I wanted to kind of hop around. I said, well, I don't know if anybody else has
This
hop
is
gun,
where I
but
will be.
You can go if you want to go, but I'm going to be right here drinking this hop gun and watching this basketball game.
Well, you can watch the games tonight at Funky Buddha Tap Room in Oakland Park. All right, let's get headlines here for the 5 o'clock Funky Buddha Happy Hour, brought to you by Doral Volkswagen. You always pay less with your Pricito at Doral Volkswagen. Visit them at Doral Volkswagen or DoralVolkswagen.com.
You guys want a little history?
Of what?
On this day in Dolphins history, April 21st, 1996. You guys know what happened?
April 21st, 1996.
Arguably the greatest draft selection in Dolphins history from the standpoint of value. Obviously, Dan Marino and all that stuff, guys who were drafted high. But in terms of value.
You know?
I do, because this is on my algorithm, because I love him.
Who is it?
Zach Thomas was selected in the 5th round.
That is the greatest value draft choice in Dolphins history.
Great human, great person, great friend, great brother, great husband, great everything. Zach Thomas is an amazing person.
You didn't even mention football player.
And Hall of Fame football player as well.
Hall of Fame football player.
He was so good. I don't know if he was appreciated. I think he was appreciated. Solana, you let me know because you were younger. I don't know if he was appreciated.
By Dolphins fans, for sure,
Bro,
man.
This man was, like I said, I would have been number 3 on the tackles list if he wasn't playing next to me. He would steal all my tackles because he knew where the ball was going, and he wouldn't give me the cheat code to know where the ball's going.
By Dolphins fans, right, Hawk? I mean, you were here since the 90s. He's as beloved as any Dolphins
The
player.
JT Zach Thomas era was special. That JT Zach Thomas era was just, and you couldn't believe that they couldn't do anything on the offensive side.
The honesty, I think, the humbling and honesty of playing with both of them, and I'm talking about this is Zach lead the NFL in tackle sack. And this is JT, Defensive Player of the Year, JT. Watching them play football was when I had to look at myself and say, you can't do what they do. And that was cool. But to your point, you had the Marino, Duper, and all them, the Marx Brothers era with no defense. Then you solidify the defense and can't score a damn point.
Imagine if you could have melded those two eras.
Give me 05, my rookie year Dolphins defense with Marino and the Marx Brothers. No, we
undefeated,
20-0.
Yep,
20-0.
You know the lines for tonight's basketball games? Boston hosting Philly. Solana already told you Boston will win.
Yeah.
What do you think the line is?
Embiid out for sure.
Out for sure.
9.5.
Solana?
Celtics minus 11.
14.5.
That's crazy.
That's a crazy playoff line. Spurs, Trailblazers. Spurs up 1-0.
Spurs 6.5.
It might be crazy. It might be double digits too. Spurs 10.5.
11.5. Which is what it was game one, because I bet it. And they won by 12 or 13.
They won by 13. But it was close.
It's playoff games. Solana, you just told me don't bet favorites in playoff games.
Yeah, but we're talking about the two best teams.
And the teams that they're playing are just. And then you've got the Lakers and the Rockets in L.A.
Maybe no Durant. Definitely no Luka or Austin Reeves.
Durant does have player props on the Hard Rock app, so they're factoring in him playing.
LeBron over.
What is the LeBron over?
18.5.
Is that? They don't have a chance to win if LeBron doesn't score 19 points.
He scored 18 the other day, and they won.
Well, it's 24.5.
24.
Oh, under. Vegas is smarter than me.
You know, he averaged like 25 and 10 this year, right?
What do you think the line on the game is, though? Lakers hosting Houston.
KD out.
No, KD probably in.
He's questionable.
Houston 4.5.
Yeah, Houston.
You nailed it. It's 4.5.
Yeah.
And then tomorrow, for bleeps and giggles, Detroit hosting Orlando. Orlando's up 1-0. What do you think the line is?
Detroit around there, 5.5.
Pistons minus 8.
9.5. OKC hosting Phoenix. That seems to be a mismatch.
OKC minus 14.5.
Yeah, OKC minus 17.5.
17.5.
Goodness gracious. Yeah, Phoenix isn't ready for that matchup.
That's wild. Anything else in the headline, Solana?
Yeah, the Marlins do play tonight.
You'll hear it here on the FM.
Yes, sir. It's a 6:40 p.m. first pitch. Don't forget, we do have our draft coverage on Thursday. Dolphins, as of right now, they select 11th overall and 30th in the first round. We'll get you started at 6 until 8 p.m. our draft preview, and then our draft show. Tobin and I will be doing it from 8 until the Dolphins select their second pick in that first round. Your weather in South Florida right now, it is 76 degrees. It's getting cool, man. It's nice. Tonight, the lows are going to be in the low 70s. That weather report is brought to you by Tornado Roofing and Contracting, replacing roofs, roof repairs, maintenance, and hurricane impact windows and doors. Visit tornadoroofing.com.
Our friend Ben Volin is going to join us in the next segment. He covers the NFL for the Boston Globe. And Mike Vrabel spoke to the media today about Diana Rossini. And obviously the draft is coming up on Thursday. So Ben Volin next. Just because you're getting older doesn't mean you have to feel like it. If your energy is low, your sleep is off, your weight won't budge, your mind feels foggy, your sex drive isn't what it used to be. I mean, I'm making a list here. Are you checking off any of these boxes? Because if you are, time to switch things up. I'm talking about Atlantic Men's Clinic. I was there today, as a matter of fact. Maybe your game just isn't quite what it used to be. You deserve to feel your best. It's why I started getting testosterone at Atlantic Men's Clinic. At Atlantic Men's Clinic, their advanced medical strategies featuring TRT, GH peptides, NAD+, GLP-1, PDA, and more. Treat low T and other hormonal issues to help you shed those pounds and have more energy and enhance your body composition and improve your sleep and increase your sex drive. So much more, helping you get back to feeling your best. Atlantic Men's Clinic, they're the experts in treating low testosterone and other men's sexual health conditions. They have successfully treated thousands of men for low T, including me, and I'm here to tell you, you will notice the difference. If you're like the many men who are low T, within just a few weeks, you're going to feel the difference. So make sure you contact Atlantic Men's Clinic. Most men wait a year or longer. You don't need to wait. Don't ignore the warning signs. Call today. Take that first step towards feeling like yourself again. They have 7 locations in South Florida. 877-455-7300 is the phone number. 877-455-7300, or you can visit atlanticmensclinic.com. Featured therapies are compounded and have not been evaluated nor approved by the FDA. Provider prescription required. See website for details.
You're listening to the Hawk, Crowder, and Solana Show.
I'm not a football guy, you know that, but I read Bill Walsh's book. Do you remember? You know the book?
I can't read, Coach.